Chapter 8:28. Qin Feng retreated after walking for a while. He resisted the urge to strip the girl and beat her up. He asked with a smile, "Little beauty, where did Sima Chao say he was going to celebrate Shanshan's birthday?" The girl was so excited that she almost flipped the table when she was called a little beauty. She extended her fair and tender hand and said, "Ha ha! Hello, I'm Feng Qing, Shanshan's best friend. Although you're unsophisticated and not handsome, I can't deny that you're a man with good taste." Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He reluctantly shook Feng Qing's hand and continued to ask, "Do you know where Shanshan is going to celebrate her birthday?" Feng Qing was only half happy when her cute Lolita face fell again. "You're so rude. She already told you her name. Why didn't you tell me her name? I rarely make friends. People who want to be friends with me can line up from the classroom to the school gate." Qin Feng suppressed his anger and squeezed a smile. "Feng Qing, my name is Chao Feng. Can I ask where Shanshan is celebrating her birthday?" Feng Qing was immediately happy when she was called a beauty again. She suddenly jumped up from her seat, pulled Qin Feng's arm, and ran outside. Qin Feng finally looked Feng Qing up and down. This girl was really a top-grade Lolita with a child's face and huge breasts. Qin Feng was a little shocked. "Beauty? Where are you taking me?" "Nonsense, of course we're going to find Shanshan. I think you're a good person. Let me tell you, Sima Chao from the next class isn't a good person. He's a playboy. You have to hurry and find Shanshan, or she'll be in danger." Hearing Feng Qing's words, Qin Feng also became anxious. The two of them ran all the way out of the school. Feng Qing pulled Qin Feng to the side of a BMW Z4. She pressed the key in her hand, and the BMW Z4 emitted a DD sound. Qin Feng looked at the young Feng Qing, then at the pink sports car in front of him. He thought to himself that this was indeed the most high-end school for nobles in the capital. Virum. Feng Qing looked like a good girl, but when she raced, she was like a different person. She stepped on the accelerator and the BMW Z4 turned into a flash of pink light and sped away. "Qing, are your driving skills good? Why don't you drive slower?" Qin Feng was a man with intermediate racing skills. He wasn't afraid of this speed, but he was afraid of Feng Qing's driving skills. "TSK, look at how cowardly you are. How fast is that? Is this your first time in a sports car? Then let Qing bring you to broaden your horizons. You just need to sit tight." Although Qing has crashed and damaged 5 sports cars, she can always ensure that the people in the cars are fine. "You don't have to worry." Feng Qing touched the steering wheel with one hand and waved the other excitedly on the roof of the car. Qin Feng wasn't so worried at first, but after hearing Feng Qing's last sentence, he suddenly became very nervous. The car sped all the way through the bustling main street. Feng Qing's driving skills were not bad. At least she didn't overturn the car. Crack! An ear-piercing screech of brakes sounded, and Qin Feng felt his body float for a few seconds before coming to a stop. "Uncle, we're here." Qin Feng was only 3 years older than Feng Qing, but Xiao Feng's appearance was too ordinary, making Qin Feng look older. Feng Qing didn't care about Qin Feng's feelings and affectionately called him uncle. Qin Feng got out of the car and looked up at the towering hotel in front of him. This was the iconic 5-star hotel in the capital Jingqing Tower. "Is Shanshan here to celebrate her birthday?" Qin Feng looked at Feng Qing beside him. "Yesterday, I heard Sima Chao say that he's bringing Shanshan to Jingqing Tower to celebrate her birthday. If you didn't come today, I would have come to see Shanshan myself. Sima Chao is not a good person, and it's dangerous for Shanshan to be alone." "Oh right, you're Shanshan's boyfriend. Do you know where Shanshan's parents are?" Feng Qing spoke one sentence at a time. She was more jumpy than Qin Feng. She suddenly asked about Li Shanshan's parents. "Shanshan's parents are the country's top scientific and technological talents, and they're doing important things for the country. Is there a problem?" Qin Feng asked. Feng Qing looked like she had a sudden realization. She shook her head and said, "So that's how it is." No wonder Feng Qing's parents were the only ones who didn't come to the parent-teacher conference last week. Usually, Feng Qing takes the bus home on the weekends, and no parents come to pick her up. The students in our noble school are all from rich families in the capital. Other students have their parents or bodyguards escorting them to and from school every day. Li Shanshan is the most pitiful, and she's always a lonely figure. Fang Qing couldn't stop talking, and Qin Feng suddenly felt an inexplicable pain in his heart. Qin Feng remembered Li Xingtian looking at him with a serious and expectant gaze before he was captured. Li Xingtian said he would give the rest of Shanshan's life to Qin Feng, but because Qin Feng was too busy, he even forgot about Li Shanshan. Although Li Shanshan was 22 years old, her memory stopped at 5 years ago, when she was still a 17-year-old girl. In Li Shanshan's memory, there were only her parents and her boyfriend, Xiao Feng. Now that she was alone in a strange place and in a strange school, she must be looking forward to her parents visiting her every day, and maybe she was looking forward to the weekend when her boyfriend, Xiao Feng, would take her out to play. Hundreds of images appeared in Qin Feng's mind. Li Shanshan went to and from school alone, took the bus alone, was happy and sad alone, ate and slept alone. She was always alone and did everything alone. That kind of loneliness shouldn't appear on this beautiful mixed-race 17-year-old girl. Let's go. Qin Feng came back to his senses. He suddenly wanted to see Li Shanshan. He wanted to hold her in his arms and accompany her for a few days. Before Fang Qing could come back to her senses, Qin Feng pulled her into Jingqing Tower. Jingqing Tower was decorated with gold and jade, and the main thing was that it was very big. It was very difficult to find a person here. Uncle, where are you going? Don't tell me you're going to search each private room one by one? I'm afraid you'll be kicked out by the security before you can find Shanshan. Fang Qing angrily pulled Qin Feng and added, Uncle, you're so unsophisticated. You're afraid to ride in a sports car, and you don't know how to use strategy in a high-class hotel. It's degrading for me to be with you. The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. When he was racing, she probably didn't even learn how to walk. When he was having sex in the Rio Hotel, she didn't even have her period. Then do you have a way? Qin Feng stared at Fang Qing and asked. Fang Qing immediately became proud. Uncle, you're so stupid. Look at me, I can find Shanshan in minutes. I even have someone to take us there. Fang Qing ran to call the hotel manager over. The manager was dressed in a well-ironed suit. He looked at the two of them politely and smiled. Hello. How can I help you? Which private room is our classmate Sima Chao in? Take us up there. Fang Qing shouted at the manager arrogantly. The Sima family was one of the 4 big families in Jingqing, so the manager naturally knew Sima Chao. He hurriedly smiled and said, Haha, so you two are Prince Sima's friends. Please follow me. The manager had already walked to the elevator. Fang Qing looked at Qin Feng proudly. Her arrogant expression made Qin Feng want to hit her. Stupid uncle. Let's go. I really don't know how Shanshan fell for you. Before Qin Feng could speak, Fang Qing had already pulled his arm into the elevator. The two of them went all the way to the 18th floor. This floor was a large private banquet hall. Gentlemen, the banquet hall on this floor has been reserved by Prince Sima. I hope you two have a good time. After saying the polite words, the manager consciously retreated. Fang Qing and Qin Feng walked into the banquet hall. There were many men and women gathered inside. These people looked young and should be students from a noble school. However, the men all wore suits and seemed to be successful people. The women all wore heavy makeup and wore high heels and short skirts. They were dressed like adults. Qin Feng's gaze quickly swept across the hall and quickly found Li Shanshan. Unlike the other female students who exposed their breasts and legs, Li Shanshan wore her school uniform to attend the party. She sat quietly on the sofa under the floor-to-ceiling window. She held a cup of coffee and stared blankly out the window. Although she wore an ordinary school uniform, Li Shanshan still stood out among the women in the hall because her mixed-race body was too beautiful. The sun shone on Li Shanshan's fair and charming face, covering her with a layer of radiance. The other students were dancing wildly on the dance floor, but Li Shanshan seemed to be isolated from the world. She quietly blended in with the air. A man in a white suit suddenly walked towards Li Shanshan. The man was handsome and sunny, like an oppa from a Korean drama. He was Sima Xiang's younger brother, Sima Chao. Shanshan, Do you like the birthday party I specially prepared for you today? The man sat down beside Li Shanshan with 2 glasses of red wine in his hand. His eyes intentionally or unintentionally glanced at Li Shanshan's body. Li Shanshan woke up from her daze. She slightly frowned and shifted her body to the side. I didn't expect you to hold this birthday party for me. I'm very surprised, but I'll pay for the expenses myself. Thank you for your kindness. Li Shanshan didn't have a good impression of Sima Chao. This was because Sima Chao had always been pursuing Li Shanshan in school. Even if Li Shanshan explicitly rejected Sima Chao, he still pestered her day and night. Li Shanshan also heard from her close friends that Sima Chao was a lecherous and dissolute person. Li Shanshan wouldn't be with him. Moreover, Li Shanshan had a boyfriend. She wouldn't mess around with other men behind Xiao Feng's back. Hee. Shanshan, you're too polite. We're all good classmates. This party won't cost much. Just treat it as my birthday gift to you. Come, drink with me. I wish you'll be 18 forever. Sima Chao handed a glass of red wine to Li Shanshan. Li Shanshan couldn't refuse. Let me make it clear first. Because I don't drink, I'll only drink this one. Li Shanshan took the wine glass with a neutral expression. Sima Chao's eyes flashed with an undetectable smile. Okay. This one. After they clinked glasses, Sima Chao raised his head and drank the red wine in his glass. Then, he looked at Li Shanshan impatiently. Li Shanshan's glass of red wine was already at the edge of her lips. Suddenly, a pair of large hands snatched the glass away. Shanshan, have you forgotten? You can't drink. A familiar voice rang in Li Shanshan's ears. She could smell the familiar scent of a man. Li Shanshan abruptly raised her head. When she saw Xiao Feng's face, which couldn't be any more ordinary, the corners of her eyes immediately turned red. However, Li Shanshan didn't excitedly throw herself into Qin Feng's arms and cry like she had imagined. She quickly calmed down and lowered her head again as if she didn't know Qin Feng. Qin Feng and Fang Qing were stunned. They didn't know what Li Shanshan meant. Sima Chao was flirting with Li Shanshan. When Li Shanshan was about to finish the glass of red wine, Qin Feng suddenly appeared and ruined his plan. Sima Chao was infuriated. Brat, where did you come from? I've booked this floor. If you know what's good for you, get out of here. Chapter 8:29. Sima Chao looked at Qin Feng carefully. He was sure that Qin Feng was not a student from an elite school. Moreover, Qin Feng could tell that Xiao Feng did not come from a wealthy family. He looked more like a laborer living at the bottom of the social ladder. After Sima Chao looked Qin Feng up and down, he did not care about Qin Feng at all. He could tell that Qin Feng was probably Li Shanshan's suitor. Sima Chao did not have a good temper toward a rival in love. Sima Chao, why are you so fierce? Let me tell you, this is Xiao Feng. He's Shanshan's boyfriend. Fang Qing was a person who would fight for justice. She had already started to speak up for Qin Feng. Sima Chao glared at Fang Qing. Then his gaze fell on Qin Feng. He said playfully, You're Shanshan's boyfriend? Do you think you're good enough for Shanshan? I advise you to get out of here. Don't try to become an enemy of someone you don't know. Fang Qing also thought that Xiao Feng came from an ordinary family. She was afraid that Xiao Feng would be at a disadvantage in front of Sima Chao, so she stood in front of Qin Feng and confronted Sima Chao. Why is Xiao Feng not good enough for Shanshan? Do you think that everyone's love is for money and power? Please don't insult the true meaning of love. We're going to take Shanshan away now. Please step aside. Fang Qing was overbearing. She pulled Li Shanshan away. Sima Chao's face suddenly darkened. He said fiercely, Fang Qing, did you take the wrong medicine today? Do you know what you're doing? Are you sure you want to go against me, Sima Chao, for a peasant laborer? Fang Qing was frightened by Sima Chao's ferocious expression. Her body slightly trembled. The Sima family was one of the 4 largest families in the provincial capital. Although Fang Qing's family was a good official's family, it was not worth mentioning in front of the Sima family. However, Fang Qing quickly made up her mind. She couldn't just watch her bestie be defiled by a bastard like Sima Chao, right? I don't want to go against you. I'm just here to take Shanshan away. Shanshan wants to spend her birthday with her boyfriend. Fong Qing stubbornly raised her head and pretended to be calm as she looked at Sima Chao. Sima Chao's gaze became colder. Before he spoke, Li Shanshan, who had been sitting quietly on the sofa, suddenly stood up. Qing, you came at the right time. It's my birthday today. Sima Chao held a big party for me. Come and stay with me. Li Shanshan stood up and took Fong Qing's arm. However, she didn't even look at Qin Feng. It was as if Qin Feng was air. Both Fong Qing and Sima Chao were stunned. No one expected Li Shanshan to stay. After Sima Chao came back to his senses, he couldn't stop laughing. Ha! Shanshan has already said that she wants to stay and continue playing. I see that you're also from our school, so I'll reluctantly let you stay. As for that brat, hurry up and scram. Don't drag down the quality of our birthday party. Fong Qing was furious. She pulled Li Shanshan's arm and walked towards Qin Feng. Shanshan, what are you doing? Your boyfriend is here to pick you up. Let's go. Sima Chao is not a good person. Li Shanshan didn't seem to hear Fong Qing's words. She suddenly snatched the red wine glass from Qin Feng's hand and smiled a little falsely. I don't want to leave. There are so many people here. I'm bored of being alone every day. Today, I want to go crazy. Go crazy to my heart's content. Hee. Shanshan is right. Today is your birthday. Let's go crazy together and drink until the sky turns dark. Come. Let's drink this glass of wine first. Sima Chao didn't understand why Li Shanshan suddenly changed, but he was too lazy to think too much about it. As long as Li Shanshan was willing to stay and drink, everything else would come naturally. Li Shanshan raised her wine glass and looked like she was going to drink it in one gulp. Qin Feng once again snatched the wine glass away. What are you doing? What right do you have to control me? Li Shanshan suddenly became angry and yelled at Qin Feng. She had been alone for too long and lonely. She had no one to talk to. When she wanted Xiao Feng to accompany her, he wasn't there. Now that Xiao Feng finally appeared, Li Shanshan had a stomach full of grievances that she wanted to vent. Since you ignored me before, what right do you have to control me now? Shanshan, if you want to drink, I'll drink with you. But don't drink this glass. Qin Feng wasn't angry. He looked at Li Shanshan with some pity. When they entered the room, Qin Feng saw Sima Chao's small movements. Sima Chao drugged this glass of red wine. As for what it was, Qin Feng could figure it out even with his butt. Li Shanshan was slightly stunned. She looked at the wine glass in Qin Feng's hand and suddenly understood. Hey, what do you mean by what you said just now? If you dare to talk nonsense again, believe it or not, I'll break your dog legs right now. Sima Chao felt a little guilty. He couldn't figure out how Qin Feng knew that the glass of red wine was drugged. Fong Qing also understood. The little girl's cute Lolita face was flushed with anger. Sima Chao, you're too shameless. Since you dared to drug Shanshan, I'm warning you, Shanshan is my bestie. If you dare to do anything to her, I'll definitely ask my dad to arrest you. Fong Qing's dad was the provincial government's deputy director. In the eyes of ordinary people, this was already a very powerful person. However, Sima Chao wasn't afraid at all. He even smiled playfully. Haha, classmate Fong Qing, are you going to ask your dad to arrest me? You scared this baby to death. I forgot to tell you, my third grandpa is the municipal government's standing committee member. He's a provincial government official. Do you want me to call him and promote your dad? Sima Chao's words angered Fong Qing half to death. Fong Qing stomped her feet for a long time but couldn't retort. Qin Feng had only just met Fong Qing, and he was already very grateful that this girl was willing to go this far. He pulled the depressed Fong Qing behind him and walked up to Sima Chao. Tell me, what did you put in the red wine? Qin Feng looked at Sima Chao expressionlessly. Sima Chao was stunned. He didn't expect Qin Feng to talk to him like this. Fuck you. I didn't drug it. Sima Chao refused to admit it. Is that so? Qin Feng suddenly smiled. He pinched Sima Chao's face with one hand and poured the drugged red wine into Sima Chao's mouth with the other. Gulp, gulp. Sima Chao struggled with all his might. He wanted to yell at Qin Feng, but he choked on the red wine and coughed. Qin Feng pulled Sima Chao's head back, and the wine flowed into his stomach through his intestines. The commotion was so loud that the students dancing on the dance floor finally realized something was wrong. When they saw the scene in front of them, their eyeballs almost fell out of their sockets. Fang Qing and Li Shanshan were stunned. This was especially true for Fang Qing. She knew how powerful Sima Chao's family was. What Qin Feng did was simply courting death. However, Fang Qing didn't care about that at this moment. She felt incomparably carefree, and her big eyes were twinkling like stars. At this moment, Xiao Feng was so handsome that Fang Qing couldn't wait to throw herself under his jeans. "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Let go of young Master Sima. Bastard, do you want to die?" The crowd finally regained their senses. A few of Sima Chao's henchmen swung their fists at Qin Feng's head. Fang Qing was at a loss of what to do, and Li Shanshan clutched her hands nervously. "Xiao Feng, watch out!" Seeing that the lackey's fist was about to land on the tip of Qin Feng's nose, Li Shanshan, who had been ignoring Qin Feng for a while, could no longer endure it. She actually threw herself at Qin Feng, wanting to help Qin Feng block the attack. Bang! 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 3 dull thuds sounded. Before Li Shanshan could reach Qin Feng, the 3 henchmen had already fallen to the ground and were rolling back and forth in pain. "Xiao Feng, are you alright?" Li Shanshan held Qin Feng's arm and examined his body with a frown. Qin Feng gently pushed Sima Chao to the ground like a piece of trash. Then, he looked at Li Shanshan tenderly and said, "Shanshan, I've been too busy with work recently, so I didn't have time to visit you. Please don't be angry." Li Shanshan had a stomach full of grievances, but because of Qin Feng's gentle words, it suddenly dissipated. Li Shanshan was so excited when she first saw Qin Feng that she almost couldn't breathe. She couldn't control her emotions anymore and threw herself into Qin Feng's arms. Oh no, uncle, let's run away with Qing. Sima Chao's family is very powerful. How could uncle beat him up? He'll definitely cause trouble for uncle." Li Shanshan regained her senses. After listening to Fang Qing's words, she immediately began to worry about Qin Feng. Fang Qing was happy to see the familiar Shanshan finally back. She pulled Li Shanshan and Qin Feng and ran out. As soon as they reached the door was suddenly closed. 4 burly bodyguards in black stood at the door, glaring at Qin Feng like a tiger watching its prey. "Oh no, we can't escape now. Qing, do you want to call your dad and ask him to save us?" Li Shanshan would never beg others for help, but this time, for the sake of Xiao Feng's safety, Li Shanshan broke her bottom line. Fang Qing was in a dilemma. This time, they had to deal with the son of the Sima family. Just as Sima Chao had said, the 3rd grandpa was a provincial leader. If Fang Qing really interfered in this matter, her father would probably be demoted or even fired. These big bad guys, Qing will fight them. After a moment of hesitation, Fang Qing took out her cell phone and made a call. As soon as the call was connected, Fang Qing screamed, "Boo-hoo! Dad! Hurry up and bring some people to the 18th floor of Jingxing Tower. Someone wants to rape your precious daughter. If you're late, you'll lose your chastity." Click! Fang Qing hung up immediately after she finished speaking. Qin Feng and Li Shanshan's mouths twitched violently as they imagined the colorful expression on Fang Qing's father's face. As soon as Fang Qing hung up, Sima Chao crawled up from the ground. The fall had hurt Sima Chao badly. He felt as if his butt had split into 4 pieces. Sima Chao grimaced in pain as he walked toward Qin Feng and the other 2. The 4 bodyguards in black had already surrounded the 3 of them. "Motherfucker! How dare you, brat? How dare you lay your hands on me? You really are a peasant. Do you know that there are some forces in this world that you can't touch?" The 4 bodyguards in black were all stage 3 inner chi experts. Their bodies emitted waves of inner chi. Li Shanshan and Fang Qing hugged each other nervously. The 2 little girls were overwhelmed by their aura. Qin Feng ignored the aura of the 4 bodyguards. He was almost amused by Sima Chao's words. "Oh, what kind of force are you talking about? Is it as exaggerated as you say?" "Humph, you'll know once you see it." Sima Chao had forgotten how long it had been since he was beaten by someone. He signaled the 4 bodyguards with his eyes. The 4 of them immediately understood and pounced on Qin Feng from 4 different directions. Ah! Sima Chao! Stop! My dad is coming! Xiao Feng, run! Run! Li Shanshan and Fang Qing had no idea how powerful Qin Feng was. They jumped and screamed in fear when they saw the 4 bodyguards rushing toward them. Qin Feng's eardrums were about to burst from the screams of the 2 girls. He shook his head helplessly. Qin Feng had already made his move. Chapter 830. Bang! 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 The 4 bodyguards fell to the ground and screamed in pain. Qin Feng had already stepped into the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi. Defeating 4 Stage 3 Inner Qi martial artists was as easy as clapping his hands. The noisy hall fell into silence. Fang Qing and Li Shanshan stared at the bodyguards on the ground. They were still in a daze. Sima Chao, who was arrogant and waiting for Qin Feng to be beaten, was so shocked that his jaw dropped to the ground. He finally realized that this ordinary man in front of him had some tricks up his sleeves. The students who were about to go up to Qin Feng and flatter Sima Chao suddenly stopped in their tracks. They forcefully swallowed the vicious words that were about to reach their throats. Fang Qing was the first to regain her senses. She waved her hands excitedly and said, "Yay! Uncle Xiaofeng is awesome. He can even defeat the bad guys. Shanshan, no wonder you like Uncle Xiaofeng. He's so good at martial arts, so he must be good in bed as well, right?" Fang Qing's students grew up in rich families, and their minds were relatively open-minded. These obscure words were not taken seriously in their mouths, and they were shouted out by Fang Qing without paying attention. Li Shanshan blushed and glared at Fang Qing. However, Fang Qing didn't even look at Li Shanshan. She was holding Qin Feng's arm and jumping around. "Uncle, let's go. We'll be in trouble if the people from the Sima family come. No matter how good you are, you can't defeat them." It seemed like Fang Qing wasn't blinded by Qin Feng's valiant skills. She pulled Qin Feng and ran away. Li Shanshan didn't want to stay any longer. She was more worried about Xiao Feng's safety than Fang Qing. When the 3 of them reached the door, Sima Chao's voice came from behind. "Brat, is that all you've got? You want to run away after beating someone up? If you have the guts, stay here and wait for the people from the Sima family to come. I'll teach you a lesson." Sima Chao was not only beaten up by his bodyguards, but he was also slapped in the face by Qin Feng. He couldn't swallow this resentment. However, he was afraid of Qin Feng's skills, so he could only provoke Qin Feng. Qin Feng pulled the 2 women to a stop. In reality, he never planned on leaving. Since Sima Chao was bothering Li Shanshan today, then tomorrow a rich young master from the Yang family would appear, and the day after that, a young master from the Lu family would appear. Qin Feng was planning to kill one as a warning to others. The person who stood out was Sima Chao. "Uncle, are you stupid? Don't listen to that brat. He's trying to provoke you. Let's go." Xiaofeng. Fang Qing understood Sima Chao's treachery too well, and refused to stay no matter what. She forcefully dragged him out. Li Shanshan, on the other hand, had calmed down a bit. She didn't try to persuade Xiaofeng, and instead looked at him with a worried expression. How could Fang Qing pull Qin Feng? After pulling for a long time, Qin Feng didn't budge at all. As a result, Qin Feng exerted a little force, and Fang Qing fell into Qin Feng's arms. "Oh, uncle, what did you eat growing up? How could he be so strong?" It almost flattened Qing's chest. Fang Qing spoke without scruples, and Li Shanshan was about to die of shyness. Fang Qing suddenly looked at Li Shanshan and quickly said, "Shanshan, please don't misunderstand me. I don't have an improper relationship with your uncle." Li Shanshan rolled her eyes. She didn't think about it at first, but after Fang Qing said it, Li Shanshan was a little worried. Her chest wasn't as big as Fang Qing's. Fang Qing continued to act like a clown, completely ignoring the feelings of Sima Chao and the others. The dozen or so students were left to the side like air, and they were fuming with anger. Qin Feng was also afraid of Fang Qing. He pulled Fang Qing behind him and stood beside Li Shanshan. Then, he looked at Sima Chao expressionlessly and said, "Of course I'm staying. I'll give you half an hour to call for more people. You can call for as many people as you want during this time. the more the better. Qin Feng's voice was calm, but it carried a boundless momentum. Li Shanshan and Fang Qing stood behind Qin Feng, and their hearts suddenly calmed down. They felt that Qin Feng's back was like a towering mountain, shielding them from the storm. That's what you said. Don't go back on your word. Sima Chao was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. He was the one threatening Qin Feng, but now he was the one being threatened? Sima Chao went to the side to make a phone call. Sima Chao's classmates also disliked Qin Feng, so they took out their phones and started calling for more people. Li Shanshan and Fang Qing were worried when they saw this scene. Fang Qing jumped in front of Qin Feng anxiously and said, "Uncle, why are you showing off? Do you know who those people are? Sima Chao alone is enough for me. Now that you've provoked those rich kids, the hall will be full of people. Do you believe me? Hey, Uncle, are you suffering from dementia? Are you listening to me or not? Let's get out of here. Otherwise, even if my dad comes, he won't be able to save you." Fang Qing rambled on, but Qin Feng pulled Li Shanshan to a sofa and sat down. He started to talk to Li Shanshan about her recent situation. "Xiao Feng, are you usually very busy? Don't you have holidays?" Li Shanshan looked at Qin Feng with a bit of grievance. Qin Feng stretched out his hand and patted Li Shanshan's head. He smiled and said, "I work at the Dragon Gate, which is the most secretive organization in China. There are no weekends or holidays. I heard from your big sister Yen that you didn't go home today. I was worried about you, so I went to school to look for you. I didn't expect it to be your birthday today. I was careless." Qin Feng comforted Li Shanshan. After Li Shanshan found out about the nature of Qin Feng's work, she felt a bit guilty. Her parents were also workers of this nature. They quietly contributed to the country. They didn't have weekends or holidays, and they couldn't even go home for Chinese New Year for a few years. Although Li Shanshan missed her parents, she didn't blame them. She was proud of them. Now, she was also proud of Xiao Feng. "Then did you ask for leave today? Will you be scolded by the leader? It's all my fault. I was too willful." Li Shanshan suddenly hugged Qin Feng's arm and leaned her head on his shoulder. This feeling made her feel very satisfied. Qin Feng's words were half true and half false. He was indeed busy, but he wasn't so busy that he didn't have time to see Li Shanshan. Qin Feng really forgot about Li Shanshan. After all, there was no relationship between the two. If it wasn't for the William family's mission, Qin Feng might never know who Li Shanshan was. But since they were fated to meet, and since he promised Li Xingtian to take care of Li Shanshan, Qin Feng felt that he didn't do enough. How was Li Shanshan willful? She had been lonely for so long. Not only did she keep her bad feelings in her heart, but she also threw a little tantrum on his birthday. How could this be called willful? Qin Feng reached out and hugged Li Shanshan. He touched her small waist. Li Shanshan's charming face was slightly red. She struggled a little, but she still obediently lay in Qin Feng's arms. "Shanshan, this is my gift to you. Will you like it?" Qin Feng flipped his right hand, and like a magic trick, a necklace with aqua blue gemstones appeared. The necklace emitted bursts of coolness. When he touched it, his exhaustion instantly disappeared, and he felt refreshed. This was the high-grade soul-cleansing necklace that Qin Feng bought from the system with 2,000 hedonist points. Its quality was better than the magic tools he gave to Lin Bei and Rao Sherman. Not only did the high-grade soul-cleansing necklace look more beautiful and noble, but its defense was also more powerful. As long as a martial artist was below stage 9 inner chi, this high-grade soul-cleansing necklace could withstand a fatal attack. Li Shanshan's eyes lit up, and she was pleasantly surprised. Earlier, Sima Chao took out a gold necklace inlaid with diamonds and offered it to Li Shanshan. Li Shanshan resolutely refused, but when she saw the sapphire crystal necklace that Qin Feng gave her, she held it in her hands without hesitation. She loved it like a treasure. "Xiao Feng, this necklace is so strange. Why is it so cool? Even my exhausted body feels refreshed." Li Shanshan looked at Qin Feng expectantly like a child. Qin Feng pinched her pink, mixed-race cheeks and said with a smile, "This necklace isn't made of real sapphire, and it's not worth much. However, it's a magical artifact. It can help you block an attack when you're in danger. You'll have to wear it every day and don't take it off easily. After Qin Feng finished his explanation, Li Shanshan liked the soul-cleansing necklace even more. She didn't want an expensive gift, but she liked the thought of Qin Feng. Li Shanshan was very satisfied with Qin Feng's thought. Wow, uncle, where did you get such a beautiful sapphire necklace? Did he rob a bank just to give Shanshan a present? Why are you so stupid? Hurry up and hide. Fang Qing tried to persuade Qin Feng for a long time, but she found that Qin Feng didn't listen to her at all. When she saw the soul-cleansing necklace that Qin Feng gave to Li Shanshan, she fell in love with it. The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. Can't this girl think of something good for me? How dare he push all the matters of stealing and swindling onto him? Qing, don't talk nonsense. This is a birthday gift that I carefully prepared for Shanshan. How could it be stolen? Qin Feng glared at Fang Qing. Fang Qing didn't care. She pulled Qin Feng and Li Shanshan away and said, Okay. I'll pretend that you didn't steal it. The most important thing now is to escape. Don't show off your love here. Qin Feng was furious. What do you mean by pretend that you didn't steal it? It wasn't stolen in the first place. Because of his anger, Qin Feng pulled Fang Qing so hard that she stumbled. Fang Qing was about to fall on her butt. Li Shanshan was so scared that she screamed. You silly girl, you can't even walk and fall. I really admire you. At this critical moment, Qin Feng reached out and hugged Fang Qing on his lap. Fang Qing's body was full of the fragrance of melons and fruits. Her huge breasts were too attractive. Qin Feng couldn't stay calm when he was so close to Fang Qing. Ah, uncle, you're so bad. Why did you pull me just now? Otherwise, why would I fall? Fang Qing and Qin Feng were bickering again. Li Shanshan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. She looked at the necklace in her hand and held it like a treasure, afraid to lose it. After a while, Qin Feng ignored Fang Qing and walked to Li Shanshan. Shanshan, I'll help you put it on. Qin Feng took the necklace. Li Shanshan shyly nodded. Their faces were close together. Qin Feng's breath blew on Li Shanshan's neck. Li Shanshan felt as if she had been electrocuted. She was so shy that her whole body turned red. Bang! Just as Qin Feng put on the necklace, the door of the hall was suddenly kicked open. A middle-aged man in a police uniform rushed in and shouted, "Which bastard dares to bully my Qing? I'll kill him." Everyone saw the man took out his gun and broke out in a cold sweat. Fang Qing had already thrown herself into the man's arms. Her eyes were red with grievance. Dad, you have to stand up for your daughter. Those bastards bullied your baby girl. The man was Fang Qing's father, Fang Hui. Chapter 831. Fang Hui was working at the police station. After receiving the girl's call, he hurriedly drove to the police station. Fang Hui's face turned ashen as he looked at his grieving daughter in his arms. He only had one girl, and he wouldn't allow anyone to bully her. Fang Hui furiously swept his gaze across the room. Just as he was about to reprimand them, he suddenly swallowed the words that were on the tip of his tongue. Oh my God! Qing, are you playing with your dad again? What kind of people did you offend? Fang Hui's expression changed. He had a bad feeling when he saw Sima Chao and all the rich young masters of the provincial capital standing in the room. Dad, what are you talking about? When did I play with you? They really bullied me. They almost forced me. Hurry up and arrest them. Fang Qing's eyes darted around as she spoke. It was obvious that she had a guilty conscience. Fang Hui had raised this girl for 18 years. How could he not know what his daughter was thinking? Fang Hui almost fainted from anger. You damned girl, you've played with me many times. It's fine if you're willful, but I won't let you fool around today. Hurry up and come with me. I'll teach you a lesson when we get home. Fang Hui was only 45 years old, and he was able to reach his current position. He was not a simple person. Fang Hui's face turned cold when he saw the room full of rich young masters. He pulled his daughter and left. Fang Hui would never get involved in this mess. Shanshan, uncle, what are you waiting for? My dad is here to take us home for dinner. Fang Qing winked at Qin Feng and Li Shanshan. Li Shanshan immediately came to her senses and pulled Qin Feng to follow them. Uncle Feng, I didn't expect you to come. Haha. Why did he leave without even saying goodbye to everyone? Are you looking down on us? Sima Chao suddenly laughed when he saw Qin Feng was about to leave. Feng Hui's eyes flashed with coldness when he reached the door. When he turned around, he had a peaceful smile on his face. Haha, this is the kid from the Sima family, right? The people from the Yang family and the Lu family are here too. I'm here to bring Qingqing home. I'm not going to get involved in the gathering of you youngsters, lest everyone feels uncomfortable. In any case, Feng Hui was a senior here, and Sima Chao's words carried a hint of provocation. Although Feng Hui was dissatisfied, he couldn't show it. After all, the Sima family had a provincial leader. Uncle Feng, I won't say anything if you take Feng Qing away, but that brat has offended us. Do you plan to take him away as well? Sima Chao looked at Qin Feng coldly. Hee, I think you've misunderstood. I'm here to look for my daughter. I don't know anyone else, so it has nothing to do with me. Feng Hui didn't know Qin Feng at all. Naturally, he wouldn't offend the Sima family and the other influential families in the capital for Qin Feng. This was human nature, so Qin Feng and Li Shanshan weren't surprised. Feng Qing was suddenly unhappy. She was famous for her loyalty in school. Now that her father had made such a move, how could Feng Qing still have the face to mingle in the aristocratic school in the future? Dad, what nonsense are you talking about? Shanshan and Uncle Feng are my good friends. I want to bring them home for dinner. Feng Qing glared at her father and began to act like a spoiled child. This time, Feng Hui didn't go along with Feng Qing. He reprimanded her with a cold face. You damned girl, are you trying to rebel? Hurry up and come home with me. You're not allowed to run around in the future, or else I'll break your legs. Feng Qing was so wronged by her father that she wanted to cry. In her memory, this was the first time her father was so angry at her. Humph, if you want to go, you can go by yourself. I want to stay and accompany my classmates. I don't have a cowardly father like you. Feng Qing's stubborn temper flared up. She sat on the sofa next to her father and refused to leave. Feng Hui was angry and anxious at the same time. At his age, of course, he wouldn't use loyalty as a tool. If the people this girl offended this time were of a lower rank, Feng Hui would help Qin Feng. However, he couldn't handle the Sima family. You damned girl, do you want to anger your father to death? Hurry up and come home with me. Your bestie can also go home with us. Okay? Feng Hui went up to his daughter and took a step back. He wanted to bring Li Shanshan with him, but Feng Qing didn't agree. She kicked her slender legs and pouted. No. If you want to go home, then all three of us will go home together. Otherwise, you can go home alone. You don't love me anyway. I don't want you to be my father anymore. Feng Qing's willfulness was triggered. No one could stop her. Feng Qing, I'm warning you seriously. Go home with me now. Don't force your father to do anything to you. Feng Hui seemed to have changed into another person. He glared at Feng Qing with bloodshot eyes. Feng Qing was so scared that she almost cried. She remembered that her father had never been so fierce to her. Qin Feng couldn't stand it anymore. He was touched by Feng Qing's behavior. He walked to Feng Qing and said, Qing, go home with Uncle Feng. I can handle this myself. Don't worry. You damned girl. Hurry up and go. Feng Hui looked at Qin Feng gratefully and helplessly. Then he went up to Feng Qing and dragged her away. Feng Hui hugged Feng Qing's waist and pulled her away. Feng Qing clung to the sofa tightly and refused to leave. The scene was so weird and funny. I'm not leaving. Let go of me now, or I'll sue you for molestation. Feng Qing was indeed a big-breasted bimbo. Her words were as shocking as Zhang Kuku's. Feng Hui was so angry that his mouth became crooked. He carried the little girl on his shoulder and walked out. Chao Er, who the fuck bullied you? Where are they? Did they run away? Young Master Sima, we're late. Before Feng Hui reached the door, a group of people from the Sima family rushed into the house. The leader was an old man in his 60s. Behind him were a few middle-aged men in their 40s. Behind them were bodyguards in black. They seemed to be the guards of the Sima family. Feng Hui was drenched in cold sweat when the group of people entered the house. The old man who led the group was Sima Gao, a member of the standing committee of the provincial government. His rank was much higher than Feng Hui's. "Brother, Dad, second uncle, third grandpa, you're finally here." Sima Chao was ecstatic as he welcomed them. Sima Chao became a different person when he saw his family had a backer. "Chao heir, why is your face so pale? Which bastard did this to you? I'm gonna skin him alive today." Sima Chao's father, Sima Shenyuan, spoke in a domineering manner. He looked down on everyone in the house. A man who was about the same age as Sima Chao walked out from the crowd. It turned out that he was Sima Chao's elder brother, Sima Xiang. "Little brother, where's that guy? I'll kill him for you right now." The Sima family lived up to their name as one of the 4 major families in the provincial government. The hall fell into silence as soon as they arrived. The young masters of the other families also retreated to the side. They didn't dare to say anything. Feng Hui kept pulling the girl and wanted to run away with his tail between his legs. But Feng Qing's pair of small hands grabbed the door handle and refused to let go. Feng Hui was so angry that he gritted his teeth. "Third grandpa, it's that bastard. He beat up the guards of the Sima family and attacked me. Third grandpa, you must uphold justice for Chao heir." Sima Chao began to complain to his third grandpa. He described Qin Feng as a heinous villain. The dozen or so people from the Sima family glared at Qin Feng like a tiger watching its prey. Among them, 8 stage 6 inner chi guards surrounded Qin Feng. The atmosphere in the hall froze as if it would explode at any moment. Sima Chao and the other students from the aristocratic school became complacent. They looked at Qin Feng with a playful smile. With the Sima family's guards and the provincial high-ranking official, Sima Chao, backing them up, no one took Qin Feng seriously. What are you guys doing? No. Don't bully my boyfriend." Li Shanshan suddenly stood in front of Qin Feng. Her body was trembling, but her beautiful eyes flickered with unswerving determination. "Don't hurt that girl. She's my girlfriend. Capture that guy and break his arms and legs," Sima Chao ordered. His voice was as cold as ice. Sima Gao nodded at the 8 guards. The 8 guards immediately attacked. They were stage 6 inner chi martial artists. Their attacks were as fast as lightning. Everyone could only see their afterimages. Buzz! Suddenly, a strange energy wave spread out in the air. The source of the energy wave was Li Shanshan's body. At this moment, Li Shanshan's long hair was fluttering without any wind. She looked like a white-haired witch. Her eyes flashed with coldness. Her pupils contracted and a layer of sweat appeared on her forehead. It was as if she was doing something very difficult. Bang! The sound of a collision was heard. It was the sound of one of the Sima family's guards punching another guard's face. The original 8 guards suddenly split into 2 groups. 4 of them were attacking the other 4. "Fuck! Little Black, are you fucking sick? Why did you hit me? Fuck you! How dare you sneak attack me? Did you do it on purpose? Do you think I can't defeat you?" The 8 guards who were going to attack Qin Feng were now wrestling with each other. The sound of collisions and curses rose and fell. Everyone was dumbfounded. Qin Feng also felt a little strange. His gaze fell on Li Shanshan. Qin Feng suddenly remembered that Li Shanshan stayed in America's William family for 5 years and was trained to be a psionic ability user. This type of ability was rare, and its effects were very powerful. However, when Qin Feng sent Li Shanshan to the aristocratic school, she was only a rank 1 psionic ability user. She could only control the minds of stage 4 inner chi martial artists and below. Now, Li Shanshan could control 4 stage 6 inner chi martial artists at once. It seemed like she drank the mutant gene fluid that Qin Feng gave her. She was at least a rank 2 psionic ability user now. Bang! While Qin Feng was distracted, a loud sound came from Li Shanshan's body. Then, she fell into Qin Feng's arms. "Qiao Feng, I've tried my best. Those people are too strong. Run." Li Shanshan used her last bit of strength to push Qin Feng away. Qin Feng caressed Li Shanshan's pretty face with a heartache. The fire in his heart was burning fiercely. Huh? What are you doing? Why did you hit me? Fuck. Who hit my face until it's swollen? What happened just now? The 4 guards whose minds were controlled by Li Shanshan had already woken up. The 4 of them looked left and right, and all of them had a blank look on their faces. I know. It must be that brat's doing. He's evil. Be careful, everyone. Motherfucker. How dare you trick me? I'll kill you. Let's go. This brat made us fight each other. We'll skin him alive. The 8 guards understood what was going on. They pounced on Qin Feng furiously. Fang Qing hadn't left yet. She held the door handle tightly and wouldn't let go. Her father was going crazy. Fang Qing was on the verge of tears when she saw Qin Feng and Li Shanshan were surrounded by 8 strong men. Uncle, take Shanshan and run. Chapter 832. Qin Feng did not run away with Li Shanshan. He carried Li Shanshan with one hand and slapped the 8 Sima family guards with the other. The aura of a stage 9 inner chi expert surged in all directions. The violent airflow instantly filled the hall and suffocated everyone. A series of loud explosions resounded in the hall. Qin Feng's speed was as fast as lightning. No one could see how he did it, but the 8 stage 6 inner chi guards were already lying on the ground. Bang! 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 The battle was over before it even started. However, the explosions didn't stop. The violent aura was still boiling, and the air was filled with the smell of gunpowder. The people of the Sima family were dumbfounded. The students of the aristocratic school were speechless. Fang Qing let go of the door handle in fear. However, Fang Hui didn't leave with her because he was also suffering from dementia. He had forgotten what he was supposed to do. Qin Feng didn't stop after he put down the guards. He carried Li Shanshan and appeared in front of Sima Chao in a flash. Is this the person you called? I'm so disappointed. Qin Feng's voice echoed in Sima Chao's ears. His eyes were bloodshot, and his expression was ice-cold. His body exuded an intense aura of death. He looked like a demon that just walked out of hell. Sima Chao didn't have the time to speak. Qin Feng didn't give him the chance to. Qin Feng's hand moved, and Sima Chao's tall and sturdy body was thrown into the wall. He spat out a few mouthfuls of blood and fainted. No one knew if he was dead or alive. You, how dare you touch my son? You're courting. Sima Xuanyuan's eyes almost popped out when he regained his senses. Before Sima Shenyuan could finish his words, Qin Feng sent him flying with a backhand slap. Sima Shenyuan couldn't resist at all. In the next second, he and Sima Chao were smashed into the wall. Qin Feng and Sima Chao looked like 2 murals on the wall. A strange aura floated in the hall. Sima Gaoran, a member of the Standing Committee of the Municipal Party Committee, finally regained his senses. Sima Gaoran's face contorted in anger when he saw his nephew and grandnephew being smashed into the air. Do you know who I am? I'm a member of the Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee of the Provincial Party Committee. How dare you hit me in front of me? Don't even think about living today. Master Sima's voice was low and cold, filled with dense killing intent. However, before he could finish speaking, Qin Feng kicked him over. Walla! Cries of surprise came from the crowd. Everyone couldn't help but scream. When Sima Chao and Sima Shenyuan were beaten up, everyone was already shocked enough. However, Master Sima's status was different. He was an elder of the Sima family, and at the same time he was a high-ranking official of the nation. Qin Feng even dared to hit Master Sima? This kid really doesn't want to live anymore. Oh no, what did this kid eat to grow up? This is even more ruthless than the guts of a leopard. Ching Ching, I'm warning you, don't ever mix around with that man in the future. Otherwise, even if your father had 10 lives, it wouldn't be enough for you to play with. Fang Hui trembled in fear at the scene before him. Fang Qing also came back to her senses. Her eyes were twinkling like little stars. When Qin Feng violently beat up Sima Chao, Fang Qing wanted to throw herself into Qin Feng's arms. Now that she saw the uncle beat up Master Sima, Fang Qing broke free from her father and threw herself into Qin Feng's arms. Uncle, Don't be too flashy. You're really my idol. If you weren't with Shan Shan, I'd want to have a baby with you. Feng Qing was so excited that she danced in Qin Feng's arms. Qin Feng felt as if there were two big bunnies jumping around. Oh my god. Qing Qing, come back here. Feng Hui was so scared that he staggered and fell. Among the people from the Sima family, only one person was left standing on the ground, and this person was the only person Qin Feng knew. Although Sima Xiang was standing, his legs were trembling, and he was so scared that he broke out in a cold sweat. Ever since Sima too died, the Sima family elected Sima Xiang as the representative of the younger generation. Whenever there was a high-end gathering of the rich and powerful, Sima Xiang would represent the Sima family. Sima Xiang was the pride of the Sima family, and he was one of the best among the younger generation in the capital. However, he was beaten up by Qin Feng countless times, and now he was still Qin Feng's little brother. Before last night, Sima Xiang was only Qin Feng's little brother on the surface, and he was still dissatisfied. However, in the Battle of Broken Cliff Mountain last night, Sima Xiang saw Qiao Feng beat up Zilong, defeated Zilong, and became one of China's new 9 dragons. This change in identity made Sima Xiang determined that he would take a detour when he saw Qiao Feng in the future. However, when Sima Xiang saw Qiao Feng again, he found that he couldn't take a detour because he was so scared that he couldn't even walk. Xianger, hurry up and kill that brat. I want him dead. Master Sima lay on the ground in so much pain that he couldn't stand up. His old face was hideous and terrifying, and he hysterically yelled at Sima Xiang. When had Master Sima ever been hit by someone? Not to mention being hit by a junior. His old face was completely lost today, and he wanted nothing more than to skin Qin Feng alive and dismember his body into 1,000 pieces. However, no matter how Master Sima yelled, Sima Xiang foolishly stood where he was, unmoved. He wanted him to take care of Qiao Feng? What kind of fucking joke was this? Yang Kai-dai, big brother is here. Lu Su, who bullied you? Are you okay? Young Master Lin, the Lin family's guards are here. Which brat was blind and offended you? Little Li, grandpa is here. Who gave him the guts to touch my Li family? Suddenly, a large group of people rushed in from outside the door. They were all called over by the students from the aristocratic schools. These students were all disciples of big and small families in the capital, and their families were rich merchants and high officials. The power behind them was an existence that ordinary people couldn't touch. Dozens of people surrounded the hall, and the hall was almost full. Originally, when the family's reinforcements arrived, this was a time to be excited and clamor with Qin Feng. However, none of these students dared to stand out and accuse Qin Feng. Qin Feng's strength just now truly intimidated everyone. Qin Feng even slapped the Sima family's third master. So what were they? It's you? Why you're here too? One of the youths suddenly looked at Qin Feng and immediately retreated in fear. This person was the Lu family's Lu Chao. Not long ago he, Gao Feixiang, and Forgotten Sea caused trouble in Hero City and were brutally oppressed by Qin Feng. Qin Feng even swindled 3 families of a large sum of money. Lu Chao would never forget Qin Feng for the rest of his life. When he saw Qin Feng, he was so scared that he even stuttered. Lu Chao's reaction shocked the people from the other families who rushed over. The group of people who were arrogant and despotic just now immediately quieted down. Big brother Qiao, I am not late, am I? Another person rushed over. He was as fat as a ball, and walking seemed strenuous. Everyone's eyes widened when they saw the newcomer. This was Lu Shu, one of the 4 young masters of the provincial capital. You're not late. Just in time to help me deal with the trivial matters. Qin Feng glanced at Lu Shu before his cold gaze fell on the Sima family members. Lu Shu was called over by Qin Feng. After receiving Qin Feng's call, Lu Shu hurriedly rushed over. Huh? Lu Chao, what the fuck are you doing here? Lu Shu quickly saw the Lu family members in the crowd. He was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. Big brother, aye? Before Lu Chao could finish, Lu Shu slapped his face so hard that Lu Chao's eyes shone. Don't fucking call me big brother. Do you think I have such a stupid little brother? Hurry up and bring your people home. If you dare to poke your nose into other people's business in the future, I'll break your fucking legs. Lu Shu was not stupid. He could tell that Lu Chao brought people to oppose Chao Feng. Lu Shu was scared half to death. Big brother Chao Feng defeated Purple Dragon Su Xiaotian and was about to become China's new 9 dragons. Opposing Chao Feng was equivalent to seeking death. Lu Chao regretted coming over. Even if Lu Shu did not come, Lu Chao would not dare to offend Chao Feng. He was slapped in the face in public, but he did not lose his temper. He even apologized to Qin Feng with a smile. Big brother Chao, I was wrong. I'll leave now. After Lu Chao said goodbye, he signaled the Lu family members with his eyes. 7 or 8 Lu family members wiped the cold sweat off their foreheads and quickly ran away with their tails between their legs. The hall instantly became quiet. The atmosphere was extremely strange. Who was the Lu family? They were one of the 4 major families in the provincial capital. Even Lu Shu called Chao Feng big brother. The other families finally understood the situation and quickly ran out. Ahem. What are you all standing there for? I'm here to call you back for dinner. Dinner is ready, but you're still fooling around outside. I think all of you are itching for a beating. All the Yang family members, come back with me now. You little bastard. You're always fooling around outside instead of going to school. Hurry up and come home with me. Take a look at your virtue. What kind of place is this? What do you want to do with a group of men and women? Go home and lock yourself up for 10 days. After the Lu family members left, the other families began to find excuses to leave. When they left, they would smile at Qin Feng with flattering smiles. Some of them even came up to Qin Feng and said a few good words to him. Until now, many of them still did not know who Qin Feng was. They were also very puzzled in their hearts. They had never seen such an extremely ordinary face before. However, this person had slapped the Sima family's face and made Lu Shu his follower. How could they provoke such a person? Qin Feng hugged Li Shanshan and stood still. Qin Feng did not stop these people from leaving. These people were just some insignificant nobodies. The one Qin Feng wanted to deal with was Sima Chao. Qin Feng acted as if nothing had happened. However, Li Shanshan and Fang Qing couldn't stay calm anymore. What the fuck? Shanshan, who is this middle-aged boyfriend of yours? Fang Qing exclaimed as she came back to her senses. She was excited as if she had found a treasure. Li Shanshan blushed. She stammered and couldn't utter a word. Li Shanshan suddenly realized that she knew too little about Xiaofeng. She didn't even know he was so powerful. Ahem. Little brother, please continue playing. I'll bring Qing home for dinner. Her mother is waiting for us at home. Fang Hui had already guessed that Xiaofeng was not a person to be trifled with. Fang Hui was worried. He didn't choose to help Qin Feng because he wanted to protect his daughter. Would this kid bear a grudge against him? Uncle Fang, if you really want to leave, you can leave at any time. Of course, if you're willing to stay, you might get an unexpected reward. Qin Feng did not hate Fang Hui for running away. Instead, he planned to promote Fang Hui because of his relationship with Fang Qing. But did Fang Hui want to take this opportunity? Then it all depended on his own choice. Dad, why are you still talking about dinner? You've disappointed me. How am I going to face my friends in the future? Who would want to play with me in the future? Fang Qing was so angry that she almost cried. She was indeed a loyal girl. She never thought of leaving Qin Feng and Li Shanshan behind in the face of the Sima family. Chapter 833. Fang Hui's face turned cold. He wasn't angered by the girl, but by his own incompetence. Once upon a time, when Fang Hui and Fang Qing were the same age, he was more impulsive and passionate than the girl. But after all, he was young and frivolous, and he hadn't seen the dark reality of society. Now that he was in his current position, Fang Hui had to be careful in everything he did. He was deeply afraid that a small mistake would cause him to lose his job. Fang Hui still had to take care of the girl, his wife, and his elderly parents. Fang Hui was no longer an impulsive youth. He had violated many of his original intentions and became the overcautious person he was now. Fang Hui could see that the girl and Li Shanshan had a good relationship. Fang Hui also wanted to help the girl and Li Shanshan beat up that bastard Sima Chao. But he still didn't have the courage. Just as Fang Hui was hesitating, Sima Gaoren's painful groan sounded. Fang, are you stupid? Are you still standing there waiting for the northwest wind to blow? Quickly arrest that thug. He dared to hit me. He must be tired of living. Sima Gaoren hadn't figured out the situation yet. Seeing Fang Hui here, he suddenly felt confident. Dad, if you dare to arrest Uncle and Shanshan, I'll cut off our mother-son relationship. No, father-daughter relationship. Fang Qing's eyes were wide open, and she looked very serious. Fang Hui, are you trying to rebel? I'm now ordering you as a member of the Standing Committee of the Municipal Party Committee. Immediately, arrest that stinking brat for me. Sima Gaoren was also angry, and his roar was like thunder. Just as he finished shouting, the wound on the corner of his mouth was pulled, and he began to scream in pain again. Lu Shu looked at Sima Gaoren's arrogance and found it funny. You're just a member of the Standing Committee of the Municipal Party Committee, and you're acting tough here? Brother Chao Feng is the new 9 dragons of Huaxia, and he can make you scram from your current position with one word. Fang Hui didn't feel good under the 2 huge pressures. His whole body was drenched in sweat, and there were 2 voices constantly arguing in his mind. Fang Qing's eyes were red, and she couldn't help but cry. But it was not because she was crying like a spoiled child, but because she was really sad and helpless. Fang Qing was a little disappointed. She thought that her father would eventually be forced to stand on the side of the Sima family. In her eyes, her father had always been a noble and righteous man. But at this moment, the image that she had built up over the past 18 years was going to collapse. Qing, why are you crying? Did that bastard bully you? Dad will help you beat him up right now. In this world, no matter who it is that dares to make my little girl cry, I will destroy him. Fang Hui suddenly hugged Fang Qing and touched the girl's head dotingly. He turned around and walked towards Sima Gaoren, who was screaming in pain on the ground. Under everyone's shocked expression, Fang Hui seemed to have changed into a different person. He lifted his leg and stomped on Sima Gaoren. Fang, you dare to hit me? You fucking hit me? Sima Gaoren screamed as he was stepped on. But compared to the pain on his body, he was more shocked. He would never have thought that Fang Hui would dare to step on him. Hit you? I'm hitting you. Let's not talk about the disgusting things you usually do, such as using your high position to suppress us subordinates. Now that you dare to bully my daughter, I will kill you. Until the moment Fang Hui made his move, he couldn't believe that this was his doing. As if he had gone mad, he punched and kicked Sima Gaoren. Fang Qing's tears surged, and she cried like a little kitten. But this time, they weren't tears of sadness. Fang Qing was extremely touched. This was her great father. After who knew how long, Fang Hui finally stopped. Sima Gaoren was beaten black and blue, and he was so scared that he didn't dare to speak anymore. Only Sima Xiang was left standing in the hall. He was stunned when he saw Chao Feng, and he couldn't come back to his senses until now. Lu Shu, I'll leave the rest to you. I'll take Shanshan and Qing to celebrate their birthday. Qin Feng didn't even bother to look at the Sima family. When he walked to the door, he added, Uncle Feng is a very good person. You can promote him. Li Shanshan and Fang Qing still didn't understand the situation, and they were dragged away by Qin Feng. Fang Hui stood in the hall dumbfoundedly for a while before he came to his senses. He always felt that Qin Feng was a very powerful person. He couldn't help but ask Lu Shu out of curiosity. Young Master Lu, who is your big brother? Lu Shu was calling the elders of the Lu family. Now that the Lu family knew that Chao Feng had become the new 9 dragons of Huaxia, they unanimously agreed to befriend Chao Feng and sent Lu Shu to visit Chao Feng. Lu Shu looked at Fang Hui strangely and said politely, Uncle Feng, you don't know? My big brother Chao Feng is the new 9 dragons of Huaxia, and he was the latest to defeat Su Shaotian. After Lu Shu revealed Qin Feng's identity, the whole hall fell into a dead silence, which made Lu Shu a little puzzled. Fang Hui was stunned, and he couldn't calm down for a long time. The new 9 dragons of Huaxia? That was another height that he, Feng Hui, could never reach in his lifetime. Feng Hui suddenly rejoiced in his heart. He really gave birth to a good daughter. His daughter had good taste, and she was really his lucky star. The people of the Sima family were also stunned, but they were even more frightened. After the arrogant Sima master knew Qin Feng's identity, he immediately fainted. Qin Feng didn't care about what happened next. He believed that the Lu family could handle it. Qin Feng walked on the bustling main street with the 2 little beauties. Looking at the dark blue sky outside and the bustling crowd, the 2 beauties' suppressed nervousness instantly disappeared. "Uncle, why did you leave my dad there alone? Will he be okay?" Feng Qing skipped happily for a while and finally remembered her dad. "It's okay. With Lu Shu there, nothing will happen. If I'm not mistaken, Uncle Feng will be promoted. The standing committee member of the municipal committee is very suitable for him." Qin Feng's simple sentence scared the 2 little beauties so much that their mouths were wide open. They couldn't close it. Qin Feng looked at the 2 girls' seductive lips, and evil images suddenly appeared in his mind. "Uncle, who exactly are you? Do you have to be so powerful? You've been pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger all this time. I've always said that you're a country bumpkin. You've really tricked Qing Qing." Feng Qing's pretty face blushed. Li Shanshan looked at Qin Feng curiously. She didn't know that her boyfriend was so powerful. In front of Feng Qing and Li Shanshan, there was no need for Qin Feng to conceal his identity as a member of the dragon sect. He told them the truth. "I'm currently the vice leader of the dragon sect Huang group, but I've just defeated China's purple dragon Su Xiaotian last night. Soon I'll take over his position." Li Shanshan was actually just an ordinary girl. She didn't know much about China's dragon sect, and she knew very little about China's martial artists. Even after Qin Feng said so much, Li Shanshan still didn't know how powerful her boyfriend was. "Wow, Uncle, are you joking with Qing Qing? You're the new 9 dragons of China? I almost peed my pants because of you." If Li Shanshan didn't know these things, then Feng Qing knew them all too well. Qin Feng wanted to laugh when he saw Feng Qing's shocked expression. "You silly girl, what do you mean by peeing? Can't you pay attention to your words? Are you a man or a woman? Pee standing up?" Feng Qing hadn't recovered from the shock. She instinctively felt that what Qin Feng said was very reasonable. Feng Qing squatted on the ground. As soon as she squatted down, she jumped up again. Why did she feel that something was wrong? Qin Feng and Li Shanshan were shocked at first. Then they burst into laughter. Li Shanshan blushed and stomped on Qin Feng's foot angrily. After a while, the 3 of them continued to shop. Because of Li Shanshan and Feng Qing's beauty, the 3 of them turned their heads to look at them. The eyes of the single people who passed by them were filled with envy and jealousy. Feng Qing and Li Shanshan ignored the stares of the passers-by. Feng Qing was holding Li Shanshan's arm and explaining to her how powerful the dragon sect and China's 9 dragons were. Li Shanshan's face was filled with shock after listening to Feng Qing's explanation. She stole a glance at Qin Feng from time to time. She didn't expect her boyfriend to be so powerful. Li Shanshan's heart was filled with joy. Qin Feng knew that Li Shanshan had been a loner lately. She was lonely every day, and it just so happened that today was Li Shanshan's birthday. So Qin Feng turned off his phone and took a day to accompany Li Shanshan. With Feng Qing, the Joker, the 3 of them kept laughing as they walked. Qin Feng took the 2 women to all kinds of shops. As long as Qin Feng thought it was good, he bought it all and gave it to Li Shanshan. Feng Qing was a cunning person. Under her coaxing and pestering, she cheated Qin Feng of a lot of gifts. After shopping for the whole afternoon, Qin Feng's hands were full of shopping bags. He only needed to hang a few more around his neck. Li Shanshan and Feng Qing walked in the front, hand in hand. But from time to time, Li Shanshan would look back at Qin Feng with pity in her eyes. "Xiao Feng, you must be tired. Why don't we stop shopping? You can send me back to school." Li Shanshan hadn't been so happy for a long time. Although she didn't want to leave Xiao Feng, she felt sorry for him. Li Shanshan was not a rich young lady, nor did she have a spoiled and capricious temperament. When she learned that Xiao Feng worked in Dragon Gate and was busy every day, Li Shanshan began to feel guilty. She had occupied Xiao Feng for a whole day, so she felt embarrassed to continue shopping with Xiao Feng. At this time, it was already dark. Feng Qing shouted carelessly, "Ouch! Why are you going back to school tonight? Go and get a room. You haven't seen Uncle for so long. You must be feeling lonely. Let Uncle satisfy you tonight." Qin Feng had known Feng Qing for less than a day, so he was used to her blabbermouth. Li Shanshan, on the other hand, blushed. She had never had sex with Xiao Feng, but Li Shanshan did not refute this. "I'm fine. It's up to Shanshan." Qin Feng couldn't refuse. After all, girls were thin-skinned. It was better for Li Shanshan to refuse him. Li Shanshan was shocked. She didn't expect Xiao Feng to agree to Feng Qing's suggestion. Li Shanshan didn't know how to answer Qin Feng. "Hey, that means we're going to get a room. Shanshan won't refuse. She can't wait." Feng Qing agreed on Li Shanshan's behalf with a smile. Li Shanshan rolled her eyes. She was too embarrassed to refuse. "Okay, Shanshan, don't go back tonight. We haven't seen each other for a long time. Let's talk more tonight. It's time for dinner. Uncle will treat you to a big meal." Qin Feng didn't care too much. He wanted to send Feng Qing home after dinner and then send Shanshan back to Yan Wushuang's villa. As soon as she heard that they were going to have a big meal, Feng Qing was so excited that she danced with joy. From this afternoon's shopping, Feng Qing knew that Qin Feng was a rich man. Feng Qing didn't save money for Qin Feng. She directly took Qin Feng and Li Shanshan to the best seafood restaurant in the capital. Chapter 834. When they arrived at the seafood restaurant, Feng Qing was so excited that she ordered a lot of crabs and lobsters from the waiter. Li Shanshan rarely came to this kind of high-end restaurant, so she was a little reserved. Today was her birthday, so Li Shanshan felt very warm and sweet to be able to have a feast with Xiao Feng. The seafood in the seafood restaurant was flown in on the same day, so it was fresh and delicious. Feng Qing had long disregarded her ladle-like image and gobbled up the food like a little leopard. Li Shanshan sat next to Qin Feng, feeling a little shy. Qin Feng handed the peeled crabs and lobsters to Li Shanshan, and Li Shanshan was very touched. "Uncle, eat more oysters. That's a beauty salon for women and a gas station for men. Don't let Shanshan down tonight." Feng Qing stuffed squid in her mouth and grabbed a hairy crab and an Australian lobster in her hands. Even so, she couldn't stop her mouth. Li Shanshan choked on Feng Qing's words and coughed. Qin Feng rolled his eyes at Feng Qing and began to pat Li Shanshan's back lightly. "Shanshan, drink some water." Qin Feng gave her the juice that he had drunk. Li Shanshan didn't think too much and drank half of it. After drinking, Feng Qing laughed proudly. "Ha! Shanshan, you drank Uncle's water, so you guys kissed indirectly." "Ah, that was an accident." "No, it's nothing." Li Shanshan was so shy that she lowered her head and was too shy to look at Qin Feng. Not to mention indirect kissing, direct kissing is common. "Why are you making a fuss, you little brat?" Qin Feng glared at Feng Qing and prepared to teach this girl a lesson. "Direct kissing is not a big deal," Feng Qing said disdainfully. Qin Feng smirked. "Really? You were so excited when you talked about indirect kissing. Don't tell me you've never kissed before? Huh? Judging from your sitting posture, I think you're still a virgin." Qin Feng stared at Feng Qing's thighs, and Feng Qing's face and ears flushed with embarrassment. She was a completely different person from her carefree and talkative personality. "Hey, weird uncle, where are you looking at? You're the virgin. Your whole family are virgins." Feng Qing was so angry that her nose was crooked, and she threw away the crabs and lobsters in her hands. TSK. You're so old, but you've never had a boyfriend? Do you want Uncle to pretend to be your boyfriend for 2 days and let you experience it?" Qin Feng continued to anger Feng Qing. Feng Qing was about to cry. Although she usually dared to say anything, when it came to herself, she was more timid than anyone else. "I've had 18 boyfriends, and I'm more flexible than you. Don't worry about me, you should focus on teaching your Shanshan." Feng Qing pouted and glared at Qin Feng. She crossed her arms in front of her chest and looked spectacular. Li Shanshan of Shanshan of Li Shanshan. Fong Qing of Qing. Li Shanshan saw that her best friend was angry, so she lightly hugged Qin Feng's arm and said quietly, Qiao Feng, don't tease Qing Qing, you're making her cry. I'm just playing with Qing Qing. Qing Qing, hurry up and eat more. Uncle will treat you tonight. Qin Feng patted Li Shanshan's head and looked at Fong Qing with a grin. Fong Qing's personality was very good. She got angry quickly and was even better. When she thought that it was Qiao Feng's treat tonight, Fong Qing immediately began to eat again. She intended to turn her grief and indignation into appetite, and strive to eat Qiao Feng poor tonight. The three of them had a good time together. Qin Feng and Fong Qing always bickered. Li Shanshan sat quietly on one side, holding Qin Feng's arm, and watched the two of them play. Stupid uncle, can you stop talking to me? I don't even want to talk to you. You're always around me like an annoying fly. You're so annoying. Waiter, serve the wine. Fong Qing failed to bicker again, so she began to complain. She was the one who attacked Qin Feng, but it was Qin Feng who pestered her. Fong Qing was so angry that she wanted to drink. After a while, the waiter came with 2 bottles of red wine. Fong Qing ordered the most expensive wine, Lafite, which cost more than 100,000 yuan. Li Shanshan was shocked and began to feel sorry for Qiao Feng. Qing Qing, let's not drink. It's not good to get drunk. Li Shanshan looked at Fong Qing apologetically. Shanshan, are you trying to piss me off? Are you still my bestie? You've forgotten your girlfriend after you got a man. It's just 2 bottles of Lafite, and you're already feeling sorry for your boyfriend? Fong Qing was already angry. She leaned back and sat on the chair with her mouth pouting. She didn't eat or talk. Qin Feng found Fong Qing interesting. He put his arm around Li Shanshan's waist and said with a smile, It's okay, Shanshan. Qing Qing can drink if she wants. Don't worry about money today. Eating, drinking, and having fun are the most important things. Li Shanshan also felt that Qin Feng was rich. But being rich was one thing and being willing to spend was another. Qin Feng was willing to spend money for Li Shanshan, and he didn't even blink. This action warmed Li Shanshan's heart. She felt that she was becoming more and more dependent on Qiao Feng. Uncle, you said it. I'm going to drink you poor today. Let's see if you dare to bicker with me in the future. Fong Qing became energetic again. She asked the waiter to open the 2 bottles of Lafite together. She held the whole bottle and drank it like a beer. Li Shanshan was stunned when she saw this scene. Qin Feng was amused. Fong Qing was really a silly girl. Did she want to drink Lafite to drink herself poor? She must drink Fong Qing to death. Qin Feng held the other bottle of Lafite and poured a glass for Li Shanshan and himself. Shanshan, happy birthday to you. I hope I can be with you on your birthday every year. Qin Feng's voice was soft and his eyes were bright. Li Shanshan felt a little drunk even before she started drinking. Qin Feng put his hand in front of Li Shanshan and crossed cups with her. Li Shanshan blushed and happily drank this cup of blissful wine. Hey, you two are so bad. Are you bullying me, a single dog, in public? Fong Qing drank half of the bottle and saw the sweet and loving scene of Qin Feng and Li Shanshan. Her face darkened with anger. Qin Feng said with a smile, Hey, you just said that you have 18 boyfriends. You can call all of them. Don't worry. I'll treat you however many people you call. Fong Qing became hesitant and said with some guilt, My boyfriends are busy. I don't want to call them. Really? Qin Feng looked at Fong Qing with a smile. Fong Qing was about to cry. Of course, I don't want to talk to you. You won't understand even if I tell you. Seeing Fong Qing being defeated again, Li Shanshan covered her mouth and laughed. Qin Feng stopped teasing Fong Qing and took the initiative to raise his glass. The 3 of them drank together. Fong Qing's strategy failed. When she drank the 2nd bottle of Lafite alone, she was already lying on the table drunk and unconscious. Qin Feng and Li Shanshan also finished eating. Qin Feng directly called Lu Shu. After a while, Fong Hui rushed over hurriedly. Haha, young Master Qiao, hello. My girl didn't cause you any trouble, did she? Fang Hui greeted Qin Feng warmly as soon as he arrived. Since he knew Qin Feng's identity, Fang Hui feared and respected Qin Feng from the bottom of his heart. Uncle Feng, Shanshan and I are good friends of Qing Qing. You don't have to be polite with us. Qing Qing was so happy that she drank too much tonight. She said she was proud of your performance today. Qin Feng said with a smile. Fang Hui went up to support his daughter. Seeing that the girl was drunk, he felt pity in his heart. Then I'll take Qing Qing back first. When you have time, Uncle Feng will treat you to a drink or two. Qin Feng saw that Fang Hui's aura had changed a little. It was a kind of strength that only a superior had. Without asking, Qin Feng knew that Lu Shu had done what he wanted. The four people left the seafood restaurant together. After saying goodbye downstairs, Fang Hui took Fang Qing home, and Qin Feng took Li Shanshan for a walk on the street. Chow Feng, I'll go to the hotel in front. The environment there is not bad. Li Shanshan suddenly stopped and looked at Qin Feng shyly. Qin Feng was slightly stunned. You're not going back to your big sister Yan's villa? Li Shanshan was also stunned. She suddenly realized that she seemed to have misunderstood. However, Li Shanshan didn't want to go back. On this special day, Li Shanshan wanted to be alone with Chow Feng. With a trace of drunkenness, Li Shanshan bravely said, I don't want to go back. I want to stay with you for one night. Li Shanshan also drank a lot of red wine that night. At this moment, her face was boiling red, and her eyes were misty. Qin Feng was a little fascinated by her. Okay, I'll accompany you tonight. The two entered the hotel and got a room. Li Shanshan was so old, but this was the first time she got a room with a man. She was so nervous that she held Qin Feng's arm tightly and lowered her head, not daring to say a word. Qin Feng hugged Li Shanshan and walked towards the room. On the way, many of the guests looked at Qin Feng enviously. Qin Feng's current Xiao Feng looked ordinary. So how did he manage to pick up a mixed-blood female university student? Click! The room card was inserted, and the door sprang open. Li Shanshan's little heart almost jumped out of her throat. Qin Feng hugged Li Shanshan and could feel her body tremble. Shanshan, don't be too nervous. Just treat it like Big Sister Yan's house. Qin Feng hugged Li Shanshan and entered the room. He suddenly realized that Li Shanshan didn't even have a home of her own. Qin Feng had booked a presidential suite. The room was very big, and the decorations inside were very luxurious. Li Shanshan was stunned as soon as she entered the room. She looked around at the dazzling and artistic surroundings, and the nervousness in her heart eased a little. I'll do it myself. Qin Feng squatted at Li Shanshan's feet and helped her take off her shoes. Li Shanshan shyly retreated 2 steps. Looking at Li Shanshan, who looked like a little rabbit that fell into a wolf's den, Qin Feng couldn't help but want to laugh. Then you take it off yourself. I'll go get some hot water. You can take a bath and relax later. Qin Feng already walked to the bathroom. Li Shanshan's heart instantly sped up. Messy scenes appeared in her mind. Don't tell me Xiao Feng wants to take a bath with me? Shanshan, are you done taking it off? The water is ready. While Li Shanshan was absent-minded, Qin Feng's voice came from the bathroom. Li Shanshan took off her shoes. She was so nervous that she didn't know where to put her hands. I am not ready yet. How about you wait for me? Qin Feng already came out of the bathroom. He looked at the nervous Li Shanshan and was confused. Shanshan, it's just a bath. Why are you so nervous? Oh, don't tell me you're on your period? Qin Feng suddenly understood. Girls usually couldn't take a bath when visiting relatives. Li Shanshan's face was bright red. She was already sure that Xiao Feng really wanted to have sex with her tonight. Otherwise, why would he ask her if she was on her period? I didn't come. It's my first time. I'm a bit nervous. Li Shanshan's voice was even softer than a mosquito's. Qin Feng was completely confused. Li Shanshan had lived for 22 years. This was her first time taking a bath. Chapter 835. Qin Feng suddenly came to a realization. Li Shanshan was such a fragrant little beauty. So how could she not bathe for 22 years? It turned out that this girl misunderstood his intentions. Shanshan, you can bathe by yourself, Qin Feng hurriedly explained. Li Shanshan's mind was a mess, and she couldn't wrap her head around it. She pouted and said, "So then aren't you going to bathe? You should bathe. I like boys who like to be clean." The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched slightly. "But I have to wait for you to bathe first. We can't bathe together, right?" "OT, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll be shy." Li Shanshan clearly didn't understand Qin Feng's meaning. She already shyly rushed into the bathroom. Qin Feng smiled and shook his head. He lay on the bed and watched TV. After who knew how long, the bathroom door opened and Li Shanshan walked out with a white bath towel wrapped around her. Her slender legs and delicate collarbone were undoubtedly exposed. Li Shanshan wore the aqua blue soul-cleansing necklace that Qin Feng gave her. It made her appear more noble. Her pink and tender skin exuded a strange temptation. "Cough, cough. Shanshan, hurry and lie down on the bed. Don't catch a cold." Qin Feng glanced at her and couldn't stay calm anymore. Li Shanshan was tall and slender. Her face had the aura of mixed blood. Her skin was as white as snow, and her naturally curled hair draped over her shoulders. She was simply a stunning killer. Li Shanshan shyly climbed onto the bed, and Qin Feng tucked her in. "Qiao Feng, hurry and bathe. I'll wait for you." After Li Shanshan finished speaking, her exposed, round, and fragrant shoulders were flushed. Qin Feng knew that Li Shanshan really misunderstood him, but he didn't explain. It wouldn't be too late to talk about it after bathing. Qin Feng's speed of bathing was much faster. After a simple shower, he came out of the bathroom. Li Shanshan's charming face became even redder. She mistakenly thought that Qin Feng was in such a hurry because he couldn't wait. "Ah, Shanshan, where's your bath towel?" Qin Feng had just pulled back the blanket and was about to go to bed when he was suddenly stunned by the beautiful scene in front of him. Li Shanshan didn't snatch the blanket to cover her body. She raised her head and looked at Qin Feng shyly. I thought I'd have to take it off sooner or later, so I took it off in advance." Qin Feng slapped his forehead and hurriedly covered Li Shanshan's body with the blanket. Li Shanshan looked at Qin Feng doubtfully and worriedly said, "What's wrong? Don't you like this? Then I'll wear it back and let you tear it off." Li Shanshan threw the blankets off her body and got out of bed naked to grab the towel on the sofa. Qin Feng glanced at Li Shanshan's enchanting back and felt a bit uncomfortable. "I'm done. Come and help me take it off." Li Shanshan had already put on the towel and climbed onto the bed. Qin Feng forcefully suppressed the evil fire in his belly. He patted Li Shanshan's head and said, Shan, let's just chat tonight. We won't do anything else." Li Shanshan's expression suddenly froze. She already took the initiative, but she didn't expect Xiao Feng to be indifferent. Li Shanshan's heart inexplicably tensed up. Could it be that Xiao Feng didn't like her anymore? Then I'm going to sleep." Li Shanshan tilted her head, and a teardrop slid down her handsome cheek. Qin Feng felt Li Shanshan's mood suddenly drop, so he pulled her into his embrace. "Shanshan, don't think too much. I'm going to wait until your daddy comes back. It won't be too late for us to do those things then." Li Shanshan's enchanting large eyes blinked. She looked at Qin Feng and said, "Really? If you don't like me anymore, then tell me. I won't force myself on you." Qin Feng helped Li Shanshan wipe away her tears. He cupped her cheek and said, Shan is so beautiful, has a good figure, and is smart and obedient. How could I not like you? You're still young, so some things can't be done too hastily." Qin Feng's voice was soft and full of doting. Li Shanshan's disappointed mood immediately soared. She found that she really misunderstood Xiao Feng. It turned out that Xiao Feng cared more about her, and that was why he resisted touching her body. Then when Daddy and Mommy come back, we'll do that." Li Shanshan shyly buried her head in Qin Feng's embrace. Qin Feng could even feel her scalding temperature. After today's interaction, the relationship between Li Shanshan and Qin Feng became even closer. Qin Feng leaned against the headboard while Li Shanshan lay obediently in Qin Feng's arms. The two of them chatted about recent events. Qin Feng talked about missions, and it was inevitable that he would mention some thrilling parts. Li Shanshan would occasionally let out a cry of surprise and hug Qin Feng's arms even tighter. Li Shanshan's topics were much more relaxed. She talked about interesting things that happened at school, and also talked about the troubles that many boys pestered her. Li Shanshan finally felt that she was no longer alone in this world. She became lively and cheerful, and had endless things to say. Qin Feng didn't feel annoyed at all. He caressed Li Shanshan's smooth shoulders and patiently listened to Li Shanshan's school life. They talked for the whole night. Li Shanshan felt that she had finished talking about a year's worth of things. She became very satisfied. When it was time to say goodbye, Qin Feng sent Li Shanshan to Yan Wushuang's villa. Li Shanshan looked at Qin Feng reluctantly, but now she had calmed down. She knew the nature of Qin Feng's work, and she believed that Qin Feng would not leave her behind. Shanshan, you didn't sleep last night. Go back to your room and have a good rest. Start going to class tomorrow. I'll look for you when I'm free. Qin Feng caressed Li Shanshan's head, and a trace of reluctance flashed through his eyes. Okay, then you must be careful when you do missions in the future. Remember to tell me that you are safe every time. Li Shanshan nodded obediently. When Yan Wushuang walked out of the villa, Li Shanshan stuck her tongue out at Qin Feng and ran away shyly. Heh! You are indeed the first hedonistic young master of Acropolis City. I admire your flirting skills. You won that foreign chick in one day and even got a room with her. You are really something. After Li Shanshan went upstairs, Yan Wushuang looked at Qin Feng with a strange expression. Instructor Yan, do you smell it? There is a strong vinegar smell in the garden. Did you knock over the bottle of vinegar when you were cooking? Qin Feng walked to Yan Wushuang with a smile. You are the one who knocked over the bottle of vinegar. Don't flatter yourself. Yan Wushuang crossed her arms in front of her chest and rolled her eyes. Qin Feng knew what Yan Wushuang was thinking. He said, Wushuang, don't get the wrong idea. It was Shanshan's birthday yesterday. She wanted to go shopping and have a feast. Then she stayed late. So we got a room. She slept on the big bed and I slept on the sofa. Qin Feng's face was not red when he said this, but Yan Wushuang did not believe him. That's enough. You don't have to explain it to me. I am not related to you. Yan Wushuang was upset, but she did not want Qin Feng to see that she was upset. Yan Wushuang changed the topic. The 12 peaks of the Dragon Sect have made their decision. They will confer you the title of the Dragon Sect's main base in the provincial capital tonight. Don't be late. After Yan Wushuang finished speaking, she turned around and went back to the living room to watch TV. Qin Feng also sat on the sofa. Both of them did not speak. The atmosphere was a little tense, but it felt like an old married couple. Yan Wushuang seemed to be in a better mood after watching the TV series for the whole afternoon. She got up from the sofa when she saw the sky was getting dark. Let's go to the Dragon Sect. Qin Feng followed Yan Wushuang's car to the Martial Artist Union. The martial artist town was brightly lit. The streets were crowded with martial artists who were shopping for cultivation items. Qin Feng felt a little disappointed as he walked on the main street and looked around. A few months ago, Lu Jie brought Qin Feng to Martial Artist Town for the first time. At that time, Qin Feng was still a newbie and did not know much about the Martial Artist Union. At that time, Lu Jie was scared to death when he heard the names of the Saint Medic and the blacksmith shop. Qin Feng was also a little afraid of them. However, after a few months, Qin Feng had already ignored the shops in the town. The Saint Medic had become one of Qin Feng's business partners. Qin Feng was too lazy to deal with the blacksmith shop. Unknowingly, the two of them arrived at the Dragon Sect's main base. When Qin Feng was here for the first time, the guards at the gate stopped him from entering. Now that he was here again, the 4 guards greeted Qin Feng cautiously because everyone knew that Xiao Feng was going to confer the title of the Dragon Sect's Dragon Sect. The Dragon Sect's main base was deserted the last few times Qin Feng was here. But tonight, the Dragon Sect's main base was bustling with noise and excitement. Lu Yunyun, Lei Ming, and Song Chongsheng were here. Exploding Bear and Flying Bird were also here. The 12 Peaks were all here. Blue Dragon Ji Yi and Purple Dragon Su Xiaotian were also here. 6 people stood beside the 2 dragons. 5 of them were men, and the last one was a long-legged beauty dressed in a white qipao. Yan Wushuang was just an instructor of the Shen group. She greeted everyone as soon as she saw them. Qin Feng ignored Song Chongqing and the others. He did not even look at Exploding Bear and Flying Bird. He went straight to Ji Yi and started chatting. "Haha, Brother Qiao Feng. Congratulations. You will be the youngest dragon in the dragon sect. Senior Ji Yi, you flatter me. I'm still a greenhorn compared to you guys. I'll have to learn from Senior Ji Yi in the future." Qin Feng was not being modest. The 9 dragons of China were all experts at the peak of stage 9 inner qi. Qin Feng's strength was still a notch lower than the 9 dragons. Luck played a big part in defeating Su Xiaotian that night, and he also relied on the help of medicinal pills. If Qin Feng were to fight Su Xiaotian again, he might not be able to win. Su Xiaotian was standing beside Ji Yi. When he saw Qiao Feng, he glared at Qin Feng fiercely and walked away. "What do you mean by old driver?" Ji Yi looked at Qin Feng with a puzzled expression. Qin Feng was dumbfounded by the question. When he regained his senses, he laughed. "Haha, nothing. It's just what the senior said." Ji Yi was enlightened. "I see. You youngsters have too many popular phrases nowadays. I can't keep up with the trend of the times. Oh, I often hear people talking about Blackwood Ear, Tokyo Fever, and Chrysanthemum. What do they mean?" The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. What kind of friends does Senior Ji Yi have? Qin Feng was relieved when he remembered that he was Senior Ji Ye's friend. Ahem, Senior Ji Yi. Who are those people? Qin Feng quickly changed the topic. He was afraid that Ji Yi would be too embarrassed to see him if he knew the meaning of those phrases. "They are from the 9 dragons of China," Ji Yi said casually. Qin Feng was stunned. He started to size up the 5 men and 1 woman standing not far away. Are they the other 6 powerhouses of China? Soon Qin Feng was puzzled. "Senior Ji Yi, is that long-legged beauty also one of the 9 dragons? Aren't all the 9 dragons male?" Qin Feng suddenly realized that he could not even recognize all the 9 dragons after being in the dragon sect for so long. Up until now, Qin Feng had only seen the Crimson Dragon Dongfang Ming Wang, the Azure Dragon Feng Qingyu, the Blue Dragon Ji Yi, and the Purple Dragon Su Xiaotian. Chapter 836. Actually, Qin Feng was also puzzled. It was said that the 9 dragons of China were arranged according to the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, and purple. However, these 7 colors represented the 7 most powerful beings in China. If the 9 dragons of China were the 9 most powerful beings, then what about the other 2? Ji Yi looked at Qin Feng curiously. He thought Qin Feng knew about the 9 dragons of China. "You really don't know them?" "I don't. Please enlighten me, Senior Ji Yi," Qin Feng said seriously. "Is that so? Then let me tell you. The 9 dragons of China are 9 people, but many people don't know that China has a phoenix." "Phoenix? You mean that long-legged beauty?" Qin Feng was shocked. Ji Yi nodded and continued. "Actually, China has 9 dragons and 1 phoenix. Other than the 7 dragons, there is a black dragon and a white phoenix. That makes it 9 people." Qin Feng was enlightened, but then he realized something was wrong. "Doesn't that mean there is 1 less dragon?" Ji Ye's expression changed, and a trace of seriousness flashed in his eyes. He said slowly, "Indeed, there is 1 less dragon. Above the 9 dragons is the divine dragon. The divine dragon's strength surpasses the 8 dragons and 1 phoenix, and he became the symbol of independence. Therefore, the 9 dragons of China that people often talk about are actually the 8 dragons and 1 phoenix, not the divine dragon. The divine dragon, has his own name." "The divine dragon? His own name?" Qin Feng was shocked. He never thought that there was a divine dragon above the 9 dragons. If the 9 dragons of China were all powerful beings at the peak of stage 9 inner qi, then what realm was the divine dragon? Qin Feng suddenly felt that his strength was still too weak. As his horizons grew, he met more and more powerful beings. Senior Ji Yi, does this mean that the divine dragon has entered the true Qi stage? Qin Feng asked. No one knows because no one has seen the divine dragon in action. However, rumor has it that he was the most powerful being in China 20 years ago. After listening to Ji Ye's explanation, Qin Feng understood the situation of the 9 dragons and 1 phoenix. Qin Feng scanned the surroundings again, then looked at Ji Yi and asked, "The dragon god didn't come?" "No, he's just like his name, elusive and elusive. Even I've only seen him once." Qin Feng was getting more and more curious about this divine dragon. He was just about to ask Ji Yi more when the 5 dragons and 1 phoenix walked over. Qin Feng recognized the elder leading the group. He was the elder of the Dongfang family, Crimson Dragon Dongfang Ming Wang. "Congratulations, Qiao Feng. You will soon join the ranks of our 9 dragons and become a family with everyone." Dongfang Ming Wang knew the relationship between Qiao Feng and Qin Feng, so he treated Qiao Feng warmly. After all, Qiao Feng was his grandson-in-law. Bai Feng crossed her arms in front of her chest and stood coldly to the side. This was because Bai Feng had seen Qin Feng glancing at Bai Feng's long legs several times. Since the Crimson Dragon had greeted Qin Feng, the other 4 dragons couldn't pretend that they didn't see him. "Hello? I'm Orange Dragon Chan Qingdi. I am Golden Dragon Yuan Mo. Nameless Green Dragon. Black Dragon Sword. Zhou Burial." Other than Azure Dragon, who had betrayed the dragon sect, Feng Qingyu, who was not present, the remaining experts of the 8 dragons and 1 phoenix were all standing before Qin Feng. After greeting Qin Feng, everyone looked at Qin Feng curiously. They had heard about the battle on Broken Cliff Mountain. Although Purple Dragon Su Xiaotian was the weakest among the 8 dragons and 1 phoenix, he was still a stage 9 inner Qi expert. Looking at Qin Feng, who was in his early 20s, they couldn't believe that such a young man could defeat Su Xiaotian. The 5 dragons and 1 phoenix were baffled. "Congratulations, Qiao Feng. I've always thought that you are young and promising." "I was right about you." After greeting Qin Feng, Yuan Fu and the rest of the 5 tigers came over. Yuan Fu knew Qin Feng and Xiao Feng's identities. Back at Devil Beast Mountain, Yuan Fu was the one who put on the show with Qin Feng. Qin Feng's eyes reddened when he saw Uncle Fu again. It had only been 2 months since they last met, but Uncle Fu's entire body was as black as charcoal. There was an additional trace of weariness and vicissitudes between his brows. His exposed arms were covered with knife marks, and there was a long knife scar on his face. Qin Feng knew that after Uncle Fu joined the 5 tigers, he was transferred by the Chinese government to guard the border. The scars on Uncle Fu's body were the result of fighting with the invaders for 2 months. Many people only saw peace and prosperity and enjoyed a stable and happy life. They didn't know that there were many heroes like Uncle Fu who sacrificed their lives to guard the borders of China. "Senior Yuan Fu, thank you for your hard work." Qin Feng was so emotional that he rushed forward and hugged Yuan Fu tightly. His eyes were filled with tears. This scene surprised everyone. The dragons took a few steps back and looked at Qiao Feng with strange eyes. Is there something wrong with this person's sexual orientation? The moment Yuan Fu saw Qin Feng, he couldn't contain his excitement. Both of them were not related by blood, but they were as close as father and son. Before Qin Feng obtained the Hedonist sovereign system, Uncle Fu had saved his life countless times. "Qiao Feng, don't be sad for me. You must be proud of me. It's my honor to protect the country. I believe that after you become the new 9 dragons, your family will be proud of you." Yuan Fu had changed a lot in the past 2 months. He exuded a determined and domineering aura. Qin Feng saw that Uncle Fu had returned to the ranks of the strongest in China. He was proud of Uncle Fu. The 9 dragons and 5 tigers surrounded Qin Feng. Even the leaders of the Dragon Gate, Heaven, Earth, Mystic, and Yellow teams didn't have the right to approach. Not long ago, Exploding Bear and Flying Bird looked down on Qiao Feng. In less than a month, they didn't even have the right to speak to Qiao Feng. It felt like they were slapped in the face by an invisible hand. "Bing Bing, come here. I'll introduce some seniors to you." Qin Feng saw Lu Bingbing's beautiful figure in the crowd and quickly called her over. Everyone who was in the middle of a heated discussion looked at Lu Bingbing with envy. Today was the big day of the Dragon Sect. Almost all the members of the Heaven, Earth, Mystery and Fantasy group were here. It was rare to see the 9 dragons and the 12 peaks of China gathered together. Everyone excitedly discussed the legendary deeds of the strongest. Who didn't want to chat with Qin Feng's group? That was the highest honor. However, this was unrealistic. It was the 9 dragons and 5 tigers of China. How could an ordinary dragon sect member come into contact with them? However, because of Qiao Feng's words, Lu Bingbing joined the ranks of the 9 dragons and 5 tigers. She accomplished what the dragon sect members dreamed of. Lu Bingbing was very nervous. Since she was young, her dream was to join the dragon sect and meet the 9 dragons and 5 tigers of China. Now that Xiao Feng became the new 9 dragons, he didn't forget to introduce her to the other seniors. Lu Bingbing was very touched. Seniors, this is my subordinate from the Huang group, Lu Bingbing. She's an outstanding and responsible dragon sect member. I hope you can take care of her in the future. Qin Feng praised Lu Bingbing in front of the 9 dragons and 5 tigers, which made Lu Bingbing feel a little embarrassed. Dongfang Mingwang, Ji Yi, and Yuan Fu were very close to Qin Feng. The 3 of them gave Qin Feng face and praised Lu Bingbing. The others didn't want to undermine Lu Bingbing, so they simply said a few words, which made Lu Bingbing excited. After Lu Bingbing joined the ranks of the 9 dragons and 5 tigers, Yan Wushuang stood alone in a corner. Her eyes were full of disappointment. She had been in the dragon sect for more than 5 years. She also wanted to meet the 9 dragons and 5 tigers. In the eyes of the dragon sect members, the 9 dragons and 5 tigers were like superstars pursued by ordinary girls. Yan Wushuang was also a fanatical fan of the 9 dragons and 5 tigers, but she didn't have the chance to join the ranks of the strongest. Instructor Yan, come over here too. Yan Wushuang was looking at Lu Bingbing in a daze. She thought Lu Bingbing was very lucky to be loved and cared for by Qin Feng. Suddenly, Qin Feng's voice rang in Yan Wushuang's ears, which startled her. Instructor Yan, don't just stand there. Come here. Qin Feng shouted at Yan Wushuang when he saw her standing there in a daze. Yan Wushuang finally regained her senses. She felt a surge of warmth in her heart. She cautiously walked to Qin Feng's side. Instructor Yan Wushuang of the Xian group greets all the seniors. Yan Wushuang's voice was trembling. She had talked to one of the 9 dragons before, but it was her first time facing the 9 dragons and 5 tigers of China at once. Haha! Instructor Yan, you don't have to be so courteous. I've seen your ability with my own eyes. Your performance in the money laundering mission in Hong Kong was outstanding. Ji Yi and Yan Wushuang were familiar with each other in Hong Kong, so he enthusiastically introduced Yan Wushuang. The way the others looked at Yan Wushuang had changed a little. They were all sizing her up with a serious look. It was said that the money laundering mission in Hong Kong was extremely difficult. Moreover, they found out that Green Dragon and Feng Qing Yu had betrayed them. Those who could successfully complete this mission were the elites of the elites. It seemed that Yan Wushuang was indeed very capable. The others also started to greet Yan Wushuang. Yan Wushuang felt flattered. At the same time, she felt a little guilty because she did not do much in the money laundering mission in Hong Kong. It was all Qin Feng's ability that allowed her to complete the mission. Lu Bingbing and Yan Wushuang gradually became familiar with the 9 dragons and 5 tigers. They were not so reserved anymore. The 2 of them realized that the 9 dragons and 5 tigers were not as difficult to get along with as they had imagined. They were people with flesh and blood, and each of them had countless stories behind them. Lu Bingbing and Yan Wushuang were like 2 little fans. They asked all kinds of questions. Since they were beautiful and charming, the 9 dragons and 5 tigers were happy to chat with the 2 beauties. The atmosphere became more and more lively. The other members of the dragon sect were envious of them. The members of the Huang group were in an uproar. They knew that Big Brother Qiao Feng was not an ordinary person. Now that Qiao Feng was going to become the new 9 dragons of China, the Huang group status in the dragon sect would rise a few levels because of Qin Feng. Zhang Ye was so excited that tears fell from his eyes. He was Qiao Feng's only follower in the dragon sect. When he thought of the scene where he agreed to be Qiao Feng's follower, Zhang Ye felt that it was the best choice he had made in his life. After they chatted for a while, the 12 peaks walked over together. The dragon sect's base was usually deserted. Today it was as lively as Chinese New Year. Seeing the 12 peaks standing in the middle of the hall, the dragon sect's members became quiet. Brothers and sisters of the dragon sect, tonight is a joyous day. The dragon sect has been established for 100 years. We have changed the members of the 9 dragons and 5 tigers more than a dozen times. Tonight, we have a new member joining the ranks of the 9 dragons of China. The 12 peaks sent a representative to give a speech. At the beginning, they were just words that went beyond the formalities. However, the atmosphere was still very lively. The change of the 9 dragons and 5 tigers of the dragon sect was a big event. It even attracted the attention of the martial artists in the secular world and many forces outside the martial arts world. After the opening speech, the representative of the 12 peaks paused for a moment and went straight to the main topic. Before we give Comrade Qiao Feng the title of dragon, I have to announce another matter. Because of the money laundering mission in Hong Kong, we found out that Green Dragon Feng Qingyu betrayed the organization and colluded with external forces. So far, the Dragon Sect has revoked Feng Qingyu's title of Green Dragon and issued a global arrest warrant to capture him. Chapter 837. Swoosh. Following the announcement of the 12 Upper Peaks representatives, the crowd went into an uproar. They thought Qiao Feng was going to be conferred the title of China's Purple Dragon, but Qiao Feng got lucky this time and became the Blue Dragon and Green Dragon's competitor. But soon, those who were close to Qin Feng started to worry. Blue Dragon Ji Yi was definitely stronger than Su Xiaotian. Could Qin Feng really defeat him? Hee, let's not make things so complicated. I'm already famous as Blue Dragon Ji Yi, and I don't want to change my name so easily. I'll step down and let Qiao Feng be the Green Dragon. Before the crowd could react, Ji Ye's hearty laughter echoed in the hall. Qin Feng was startled. Before he could say anything, Ji waved his hand and interrupted. Brother Qiao Feng, don't say any more. You know what kind of person I, Ji Yi, am. We completed the money laundering mission together in Hong Kong last time. Our teamwork was great. I hope we can work together again in the future. Since Ji Yi had already said that, Qin Feng didn't want to be pretentious anymore. He was not a pretentious person. All right, Senior Ji Yi. I'll accept your invitation. Qin Feng replied. In the blink of an eye, Qin Feng and Ji Yi had reached an agreement. Even the 12 upper peaks were still in a daze. The 12 of them had cold expressions and showed their displeasure. The reason why they suggested another match between Qiao Feng and Ji Yi was that the 12 of them still held a grudge against Ouyang Feng for beating them up on the cliff. Later on, Qiao Feng talked back to the 12 upper peaks. Of course, the 12 of them had to punish Qiao Feng. Otherwise, how could they maintain their position and prestige? In the end, the hole was filled by Qin Feng and Ji Yi. This time, the 12 upper peaks were at their wits' end. Senior Ji Yi. Since Senior Ji Yi has stepped down, can you confer the title to me now? Qin Feng looked at the 12 of them with a smile. The 12 upper peaks regained their senses and glared at Qin Feng angrily, but they couldn't do anything to Qiao Feng. The 12 upper peaks representatives stepped forward and stood in front of Qin Feng. The hundreds of people around held their breaths. The most important moment of the night was about to come. On behalf of the 12 peaks of the Dragon Sect, on behalf of the Dragon Sect of China, I hereby announce that the vice team leader of the original Huang group, Qiao Feng, is now officially conferred the title of Azure Dragon of China. From now on, Azure Dragon Qiao Feng will be recorded in the history of the Dragon Sect. The representatives from the 12 peaks were still talking about the away game, but Lu Bingbing and Yan Wushuang could no longer hear anything. Tears welled up in the two women's eyes. They knew that Qin Feng had defeated Zilong and that Qin Feng would become the new 9 dragons of China. They thought they were ready to welcome this glorious moment, but when the moment came, they couldn't suppress the excitement in their hearts. Tears of joy gushed out of their eyes. Pa pa pa. After a brief silence, Thunderous applause rang out in the Dragon Gate base. The members of the Huang group were so excited that they were going crazy. Zhang Ye's eyes rolled back and he nearly fainted from joy. The 9 dragons and 5 tigers all came up to congratulate Qin Feng. The team leaders and leaders of the Heaven, Earth, and Mysterious Fantasy teams also surrounded Qin Feng, looking for opportunities to flatter him. Lu Yunduan, Lei Ming, and Song Chongxing blushed when they thought of suppressing Qiao Feng when he first joined the Dragon Gate. They wished they could dig a hole and hide in it. The team leaders of the Heaven Group, Flying Bird, and the Earth Group, Exploding Bear, felt even more ashamed. However, they had to stay in the base. Even the 9 dragons and 5 tigers had not left, so how could they leave first? Haha! Good job, Qiao Feng. You're the Green Dragon of China now. You're amazing. Truly amazing. Ji Yi patted Qin Feng's shoulder happily. Dongfang Ming Wang stroked his beard and nodded at Qin Feng. Now that Qin Feng had become the Green Dragon of China, his marriage with Dongfang Qing Shui would be even more perfect. Big brother Qiao Feng. No, Senior Green Dragon, I, on behalf of all the members of the Huang group, congratulate Big Brother. Zhang Ye was so excited that he couldn't speak coherently. Qin Feng patted Zhang Ye's head and said, "Don't worry, you're still my little brother. Just follow me and do your best." Ah, okay. Thank you, Big Brother. There were so many people who came to congratulate Qin Feng that he was surrounded by 3 layers of people. Qin Feng's achievement was considered a miracle in the Dragon Sect. He had joined the Dragon Sect for less than 3 months. From an ordinary member of the Huang group, he completed all kinds of difficult missions and rose to the position of deputy leader of the Huang group. Now, he made a huge leap and jumped to the position of the Green Dragon of China. Tonight was Qin Feng's home court, and he was the main character of the event. The 12 peaks of the Dragon Sect were ignored by everyone and cast aside like air. The 12 of them stood in the dark and looked at Qin Feng. They were so angry that their noses were crooked. Today's dragon conferral had ended, and the 12 of them had nothing to do. After staying for a while, the 12 peaks left the hall in a huff. There was a celebration banquet in the Dragon Sect's base. The hall was filled with food and wine. After everyone congratulated Qin Feng, they started to eat, drink, and have fun. Qiao Feng, I'll leave first. Have a good celebration. The 9 dragons and 5 tigers were busy people. After Uncle Fu congratulated Qin Feng, he was about to leave with the 5 tigers because they still needed to guard the border of China. Senior Yuan Fu, don't you want to stay for a drink before you leave? Qin Feng looked at Uncle Fu reluctantly. Uncle Fu patted Qin Feng's shoulder and said proudly, "I still have important matters to attend to, so I won't waste any more time here. You must continue to work hard and make Uncle Fu proud of you. Uncle Fu, I'll see you off." Thousands of words could not express Qin Feng's feelings at this moment. He personally sent Uncle Fu off. Looking at the backs of the 5 fierce tigers that gradually disappeared into the night, Qin Feng's heart was filled with emotions. After the 5 tigers left, the remaining 7 dragons and 1 phoenix also bid farewell to Qin Feng. All of them had heavy responsibilities, so they couldn't delay too much. After the 9 dragons and 5 tigers left, the atmosphere in the hall became even more heated. As the 9 dragons and 5 tigers were the strongest in China, they constantly emitted a majestic and powerful aura, suppressing the other members of the Dragon Sect to the point that they could not let loose. Now that everyone had let loose, all of them were like wild horses that had broken free from their reins. Qin Feng was not in a hurry to leave because everyone was here to celebrate his success. Although he had become the Green Dragon of China, Qin Feng did not put on airs, especially those subordinates who had a good relationship with him. Qin Feng mingled with them as usual. People kept coming to toast Qin Feng. Qin Feng had lost track of how many cups he had drunk that night. When the banquet was coming to an end, Qin Feng was a little drunk. He ran to Yen Wushuang with a cup of wine in his hand. "Instructor Yen, come and have a drink with me." Yen Wushuang looked at Qin Feng, who was walking unsteadily. She quickly pulled him to a chair and sat him down. "You still want a drink? You're already drunk, so stop drinking." Yen Wushuang wanted to snatch the cup from Qin Feng's hand, but she missed. Qin Feng tyrannically hugged Yen Wu Shuang's slender waist and blew hot air into her ear. Who said I'm drunk? I'm still sober. Yen Wu Shuang's pretty face blushed. She felt her ears were boiling hot, and her body felt numb as if she was electrocuted. You're so annoying. Get your filthy hands off me. Someone saw it. Yen Wu Shuang pinched Qin Feng's thigh, but Qin Feng did not feel it. Wu Shuang, can you reconsider the thing I mentioned to you? Now that I'm the Green Dragon of China, do you want me to do something with you? Yen Wu Shuang was about to reprimand Qin Feng, but she remembered that it was Qin Feng's big day tonight. She swallowed her words and said softly, I'll think about it. After fooling around with Yen Wu Shuang for a while, Qin Feng went to look for Lu Bingbing. Lu Bingbing was very happy tonight because her man had become the Green Dragon of China. Seeing Qin Feng was drunk, Lu Bingbing supported him. The banquet lasted until late at night. Everyone was drunk and some left. When Qin Feng was almost done, Lu Bingbing brought him back to the villa. Qin Feng, take a seat. I'll boil some water for you. Lu Bingbing helped Qin Feng to sit on the sofa. Before she could leave, she was pulled into Qin Feng's arms. Bingbing, I'm not drunk. Why do you want to boil water? Qin Feng's voice was slurred, but he said he was not drunk. Lu Bingbing couldn't stop giggling when she saw his adorable face. Okay. You're not drunk. Lie down for a while and I'll boil some water for you. Okay. Lu Bingbing found that Qin Feng was like a child sometimes. Sometimes he was so domineering that it was scary. However, it was because of this that Qin Feng won Lu Bingbing's heart. Qin Feng really drank too much and fell asleep on the sofa. Lu Bingbing ran to boil some water and brought a wet towel to wipe Qin Feng's body. She took care of Qin Feng like a little wife and was considerate and attentive. After a short nap, Qin Feng woke up. He was at the early stage of stage 9 inner chi, so his recovery speed was 10 times faster than ordinary people. As soon as he woke up, he saw Lu Bingbing lying in front of him. The collar of her white shirt was unbuttoned, and all he could see was her snow-white skin. Ah, Qin Feng, why you're awake? You bastard. Don't bite me. Lu Bingbing was wiping Qin Feng's body seriously. Suddenly, she screamed. Her ice-cold face turned flirtatious and red. Qin Feng didn't seem to hear Lu Bingbing's begging. He carried Lu Bingbing to the French window. Outside, there was a starry sky and a beautiful night view. After waking up, Qin Feng was like an awakened beast. Lu Bingbing had no strength to struggle and fell into his warm and strong embrace. Lu Bingbing bent over and propped up her butt. She looked at the streetlights outside and screamed, Ah! Don't do it here. Someone will see us. Crack! Qin Feng didn't move. He opened the window in the middle and let Lu Bingbing's screams travel outside. Bingbing, as the Green Dragon of China, I order you to obey your superior's orders. Move faster. Chapter 838. Outside of China, there were many factions in the pugilistic world. Most of the large sects chose to build their bases in the desolate suburbs. The Poison sect's base was built in a barren mountain outside of the provincial capital. The entire mountain was filled with all sorts of poisonous creatures. Normal people didn't dare to go near this mountainous area, so it was named Poison Mountain. Today, a large group of people came to Poison Mountain. A dozen or so martial artists protected a man and a woman as they walked towards the Poison sect. The man was in his early 50s and was tall and well-built. He looked like he had a lot on his mind. The woman beside him was in her 20s and was in her prime. However, the woman wasn't very good-looking. Or rather, it was impossible to tell if she was pretty or ugly. This was because she was simply too fat and it took a lot of effort for her to walk. The fat woman was Zhao Lingxian and Qin Feng's classmate, Ma Chui. A few months ago, Qin Feng returned to Acropolis City to celebrate Ma Chui's birthday. During the birthday party, he even kissed Ma Chui when they played Truth or Dare. Dad, there are poisonous scorpions everywhere. I'm a bit scared. Ma Chui was a girl after all. When she saw the poisonous creatures crawling all over the mountain, she was so scared that she jumped into the man's arms. The well-built middle-aged man was called Ma Yuanshan, and he was Ma Chui's father. He frowned as he hugged his daughter and comforted her. "Xn, with Dad here, those poisonous creatures won't dare to hurt you." Ma Chui was still a bit worried. She looked pitifully at her father and said, "Dad, let's go back. I don't want to go to the poison sect." Ma Yuanshan let out a long sigh. He didn't want to send his daughter to the poison sect either. The poison sect was filled with monsters that played with poison since young. However, Ma Chui had a strange illness. Ever since she was born, there was a poisonous gas in her body that couldn't be removed. As Ma Chui grew up, the poisonous gas in her body increased. According to the Ma family's elder, if she didn't find a way to remove the poisonous gas, Ma Chui wouldn't be able to live for more than half a year. Ma Yuanshan had already looked for all the famous doctors in the world, but he still couldn't cure his daughter. Now, he only had one last hope, and that was the poison sect. Xian, Dad promises you that I'll always be by your side. Let's go to the poison sect and find someone to take a look at you. Once they're done, I'll immediately take you home. Ma Yuanshan dotingly patted his daughter's head. A trace of fear remained in Ma Chui's eyes, but she still nodded. The closer they got to poison sect's base, the more poisonous creatures there were on the mountain. There were colorful snakes, giant scorpions, centipedes, red toads, colorful moths. Every single poisonous creature was enough to make people want to vomit. Ma Chui's body began to tremble, not to mention a girl like her. Even Ma Yuanshan's heart palpitated when he saw the poisonous creatures all over the ground. "Who are you? How dare you barge into the sacred grounds of our poison sect?" An old voice suddenly rang out. Before Ma Yuanshan and the dozen or so Ma family guards could see the situation clearly, a black shadow landed on the mountaintop a dozen or so meters away. The Grand Guardian of Poison Sect, Elder Yang, stood with his hands behind his back. Dressed in black robes and a straw hat that covered his face, he exuded a cold and sinister aura. Ma Yuanshan hurriedly raised his hand, and everyone from the Ma clan stopped. "Senior, we are from the Ma clan fortress of the outer martial world. We didn't mean to intrude into your sect's sacred ground. It's just that my daughter has a strange illness, and we would like to ask Poison Sect to treat her. Once it's done, the Ma clan fortress will definitely reward you handsomely." The Ma family of Acropolis City, where Ma Chui came from, was a branch of the Ma clan fortress of the outer martial world. The Ma clan fortress was considered a medium-sized sect in the outer martial world. If it was placed in the secular world, it would be a very powerful existence. This was also the reason why Yuan Fu warned Qin Feng not to provoke Ma Chui. Elder Yang obviously knew about the Ma clan fortress, but he didn't care at all. Compared to the poison sect, the Ma clan fortress was nothing. "Bullshit. Do you think that the poison sect is a medical institution? Hurry up and leave with your people, or else you'll have to bear the consequences." Elder Yang's expression turned cold, and his attitude was very domineering. Ma Chui anxiously held onto her father's arm, begging him to leave. However, Ma Yuanshan refused to leave. The poison sect was his daughter's last hope for survival. Even if he were to die here today, Ma Yuanshan had to meet the sect master of the poison sect. "Senior, my beloved daughter has been suffering from a strange illness since she was young. There is a poisonous gas in her body that she can't expel. This poisonous gas seems to be growing in her body, and as she grows older, the poisonous gas becomes more and more concentrated. I've long heard that the poison sect is the #1 sect in the outer martial world that uses poison. I believe that if you help me, my daughter will definitely be saved." Ma Yuanshan begged bitterly, and Elder Yang, who had always been domineering, changed his expression. In a flash, he suddenly appeared in front of Ma Chui. "Dad!" At such a close distance, Ma Chui saw the ferocious face under Elder Yang's straw hat, and she was so frightened that she quickly hid in her father's embrace. Ma Yuanshan was also shocked. He didn't understand why Elder Yang suddenly flew over. Was he going to fight just because of a disagreement? "Senior, what are you?" Before Ma Yuanshan could react, he saw Elder Yang grabbing his daughter's arm, as if he was checking her pulse. Elder Yang waved his hand and didn't wait for Ma Yuanshan to finish speaking. He directly interrupted. All of you, shut up. Let me see the girl's condition first. Ma Yuanshan's heart was filled with doubts. He couldn't understand the strange old man's temper. One moment, he wanted to chase people away, and the next, he couldn't wait to check his daughter's illness. However, Ma Yuanshan didn't think too much about it. The fact that the poison sect was willing to help was better than anything else. The atmosphere suddenly froze. Ma Yuanshan and the dozen or so Ma family guards held their breath, not even daring to breathe loudly. The quiet surroundings were filled with the rustling sounds of the poisonous creatures, and Ma Yuanshan and the others had goosebumps. After a while, Elder Yang released Ma Chui's arm. The expression on his face was unpredictable, as if he was surprised. Senior, can my beloved daughter be saved? You must save her. Ma Yuanshan looked at Elder Yang anxiously. Elder Yang didn't rush to speak. He looked like he was thinking. After a while, Elder Yang's cold voice sounded. This girl's body is quite unique. I want to bring her back to see our sect leader. You guys can leave, Elder Yang said as he was about to take Ma Chui away. Ma Chui was so scared that she quickly grabbed her father's arm. Dad, I don't want to go to the poison sect alone. I want to go home. Ma Yuanshan frowned. He was also worried about handing his daughter over to Elder Yang. Senior, I'll let the others go back. How about I accompany my beloved daughter to see the sect leader? Elder Yang raised his eyebrows and shouted impatiently. You're so long-winded. I won't change my words. What are you worried about? Are you afraid that I'll harm your daughter? Let me tell you, if I really did make a move, you guys would have already turned into bones. Why would I waste my time with you guys? As Elder Yang spoke, he released the aura of a Stage 7 Devil Cultivator. It was the aura of a Stage 8 Inner Chi martial artist, and it instantly suppressed Ma Yuanshan and the others to the point that they couldn't breathe. Ma Yuanshan was only a Stage 6 Inner Chi expert, and the group of Ma family guards he brought were only Stage 4 Inner Chi. In front of Elder Yang, they really couldn't resist at all. Senior, please cure my beloved daughter. We'll take our leave now. After sensing Elder Yang's aura, Ma Yuanshan decided to leave with his men. He wasn't afraid of death and wanted to leave his daughter behind. Just as Elder Yang said, with his strength, killing Ma Yuanshan and the others was as easy as lifting a finger. Ma Yuanshan had no other choice but to place his hopes on the poison sect. Dad, don't go. I am afraid to go alone. Ma Chui hurriedly rushed up and grabbed her father's arm when she heard that he wanted to leave with his men. Tears flickered in Ma Yuanshan's determined expression. He patted his daughter's head and said, Xin, this is your last hope of survival. Don't worry. I believe that this senior won't harm you. Go with him to the poison sect. Dad will come to pick you up in a few days. Ma Chui obviously didn't agree, but this time, Ma Yuanshan didn't pamper her anymore. He resolutely handed Ma Chui over to Elder Yang. Ma Yuanshan had already left with the Ma family. This barren mountain was surrounded by poisonous creatures, so Ma Chui didn't dare to move. She stood nervously on the ground with tears in her eyes. Your name is Ma Chui, right? Elder Yang's voice sounded, but it wasn't as cold as before. Ma Chui didn't say anything. She didn't dare to look at Elder Yang's ferocious face. Your body is very strange. I suspect that you have the body of 10,000 poison. This is a sacred body of poison that only appears once in 100 years. You want to follow me back to the poison sect? Do you want me to tie you up and bring you back? Or do you want to obediently walk behind me? I'll walk by myself. Ma Chui's body tensed up, and her voice was trembling with fear. Elder Yang looked at Ma Chui's nervous expression and shook his head helplessly. He turned around and walked into the depths of the mountain. Ma Chui didn't dare to disobey Elder Yang. She was deeply afraid that she would be tortured cruelly if she angered this old man. Along the way, Ma Chui followed behind Elder Yang vigilantly. She was surprised to find that the poisonous creatures on the ground seemed to understand Elder Yang's words, and they all scattered to other places. Without the poisonous creatures entangling her, Ma Chui finally heaved a sigh of relief. She felt that Elder Yang wasn't a bad person. The two of them walked all the way to the foot of the mountain. It was a plain, and there was a huge base built on the plain. It was surrounded by walls, and there was only one entrance. There were also 2 rows of guards guarding the entrance. Guardian Yang. The guards greeted Elder Yang respectfully when they saw him. Elder Yang's expression was calm as he said coldly, "I want to bring that woman to see the sect leader." Elder Yang spoke, and the guards didn't dare to stop Ma Chui. They watched as Ma Chui and Elder Yang entered the poison sect. There were many wooden houses built in the poison sect. The houses weren't extravagant, and they gave off the feeling of ancient architecture. Ma Chui followed behind Elder Yang and looked around curiously. She had forgotten to be afraid. Guardian Yang of the poison sect requests to see the sect leader. Elder Yang stopped in front of the tallest wooden house. "Come in." The multiform Poison King's voice came from inside the house. Elder Yang glanced at Ma Chui, and Ma Chui nervously followed him into the house. The facilities in the house were very simple. There was a wooden bed, a square table, and a medicine stove in the corner. The house was filled with the strong smell of Chinese medicine. "Ah, so many insects," Ma Chui exclaimed as soon as she entered the house. She realized that the house was also crawling with poisonous creatures. The multiform Poison King was sitting on the bed and feeding medicine to an elder. When he heard Ma Chui's voice, he immediately frowned and looked over. "Where did this woman come from? Why did you bring her back to the poison sect?" Elder Yang felt the great change in the sect leader's aura, and he knew that the multiform Poison King was angry. He was so scared that he immediately replied, "Sect leader, she is from the Ma family fortress. She has a strange disease. Since she was born, there is poisonous gas in her body that is difficult to remove. I suspect that she has the body of 10,000 poison." "Body of 10,000 poison?" The multiform Poison King let out a strange cry. In the next second, his figure was already standing in front of Ma Chui. Ma Chui was shocked and kept screaming. However, the multiform Poison King didn't seem to hear her. He grabbed Ma Chui's arm and checked her body condition. A moment later, the multiform Poison King's face was full of shock. Elder Yang only suspected that Ma Chui had the body of 10,000 poison, but he couldn't be sure. After the multiform Poison King checked, he was sure that this girl really had the body of 10,000 poison. "What's your name?" The multiform Poison King stared at Ma Chui with shining eyes, as if he had picked up a treasure. Ma Chui trembled in fear. Ma Chui. "Okay, Ma Chui, are you willing to join our poison sect? I'll directly give you the title of vice sect leader. In the future, your position in the poison sect will only be lower than mine. Even the elder will have to listen to your orders." Chapter 839. Ma Chui felt uncomfortable being stared at by the 2 old men with burning eyes. She was fat and ugly. How could these 2 strange old men take a fancy to her? Wasn't their taste a bit too heavy? I don't want to join the poison sect." Ma Chui nervously refused. The multiform Poison King immediately became anxious and quickly said, "Chui heir, don't be in a hurry to refuse. As long as you agree to join the poison sect, I can cure your illness and extend your life." Being called Chui heir by a strange old man, Ma Chui didn't know how to feel. She carefully looked at the multiform Poison King and said in a small voice, Then when I become the vice sect leader, you can't touch me." The multiform Poison King and Elder Yang were stunned. They didn't understand what Ma Chui meant. "Touch you? Why would I touch you? As long as you join the poison sect, whoever dares to bully you in the future, I will lead the poison sect to exterminate them," the multiform Poison King said heroically. Ma Chui always felt that these strange old men didn't understand her meaning, so she made it clearer. I will become the vice sect leader. You can't marry me, and I won't have that kind of relationship with you." Ma Chui didn't flinch when it came to this kind of principle. Even in the face of a group of monsters, Ma Chui still raised her head proudly. If the multiform Poison King didn't agree, Ma Chui was ready to commit suicide. The multiform Poison King suddenly froze. He was completely dumbfounded. The corner of Elder Yang's mouth twitched a few times. He wanted to laugh, but he didn't dare to. Ahem. Chuayer, you think too much. I'm already so old. I'm more like your grandfather, why would I? The multiform Poison King was too embarrassed to continue. Ma Chui was puzzled. Then why do you want me to join the poison sect? I'm here to cure my illness. The always cold multiform Poison King was like a kind grandfather when facing Ma Chui. He couldn't help but reach out his hand to touch Ma Chui's head. He forced out a long-lost smile. Chuayer, let me tell you the truth. In the eyes of others, your illness is incurable and a great disaster. However, in the eyes of our poison sect, your body is the 10,000 poison body that only appears once in 100 years. The body of a person with the 10,000 poison body is like a huge poison vat. It contains all kinds of strange poisons in the world. As long as you learn how to control these poisonous gases, they will become your treasures, making you powerful and invincible. Mutant Poison King told Ma Chui about the condition of her body, and Ma Chui listened with amazement. Then after I learn how to control the poisonous gas, can my body lose weight? Ma Chui's thinking was too jumpy, and a sudden question made the 100-faced Poison King confused. Why you should be able to. All right, I agree to join the poison sect. Hurry up and teach me how to control the poisonous gas. Ma Chui suddenly became excited, but multiform Poison King and Elder Yang did not know what she was excited about. In fact, Ma Chui had never lost any weight in her entire life. The only time was at her birthday party not long ago. At that time, Ma Chui and Xiao Feng kissed, and all the poisonous gas in her body went to Xiao Feng's body. Then, Ma Chui had a stomachache, and when she came out of the bathroom, she was a completely different person. That was the first time Ma Chui saw her skinny appearance. She was as beautiful as an angel. Ma Chui fell in love with her skinny appearance. Since that birthday party, Ma Chui wanted to lose weight every day. She didn't want to show off, but she wanted to find Xiao Feng after losing weight, and then confess to him and fight for it. Multiform Poison King had already come back to his senses, and his old face was wrinkled with excitement. Chuayer, since you have agreed to join the poison sect, then follow me out for a walk. I will tell you in detail about the 10,000 poison body, and then I will teach you how to control the poisonous gas in your body. After saying that, Multiform Poison King looked at Elder Yang. Oh right, Elder Een has already taken the antidote of the King of Poisons. The antidote is real, so you stay and take care of him. Multiform Poison King had already left with Ma Chui, and Elder Yang came to the bedside and sat down. After the last medicinal pill conference, Qin Feng kept his promise and gave the antidote of the King of Poisons to the poison sect. After taking the antidote, the poison in Elder Yin's body had been expelled, and he would recover after a few days of rest. After Qin Feng became the Azure Dragon of China, the entire secular martial arts world and the martial arts world went through a great shock. These days, the martial artists' topic of conversation was Xiao Feng. When they found out that Xiao Feng had become the Azure Dragon of China at such a young age, they were envious. Many people started to train hard with Xiao Feng as their example. The day of the Qin family's martial arts competition was getting closer and closer. Qin Feng suppressed a flame in his heart. He had waited for this day for too long. Although it had only been half a year, Qin Feng felt that it was as long as half a century. As long as he won the martial arts competition and took the position of the young master of the Qin family, he could bring his father back to the Qin family in the provincial capital and let his father live a stable life. Qin Feng could also ask about his mother's background. He couldn't wait. The Qin family in the provincial capital was unusually lively today. All the relatives of the 3 generations of the Qin family had rushed back. Qin Feng stood at the entrance of the Qin family's old mansion and looked at the 2 big red doors that left a deep impression in his childhood. His heart was filled with emotions. Qin Feng had forgotten how long it had been since he came back. This was supposed to be his home, but Qin Feng couldn't step into it during normal times. Hey, this is the Qin family's territory. Outsiders, get lost. A rude voice rang out, pulling Qin Feng back to reality from his memories. 4 guards stood at the entrance of the Qin family's mansion. All 4 of them were tall and sturdy, and they looked like fiends. Their aura alone made people not dare to approach them. Qin Feng smiled bitterly. Am I really the eldest grandson of the Qin family? Even a doorman dared to yell at him? I'm Qin Feng, and I'm here to participate in the family's martial arts competition tomorrow. Qin Feng had already returned to his original appearance. Ever since the battle at Broken Cliff Mountain, the sacred azure battle armor was broken by Su Xiao Tian, so Qin Feng bought Xiao Feng's human skin mask from the system. Now that he was back at the Qin family, he didn't need the human skin mask anymore. Heh, I don't care if you're Qin Feng or Hornet. I said you can't enter, so get lost. Qin Feng revealed his identity, but it was useless. Instead, the 4 guards became even more arrogant. Qin Feng was enraged. He wasn't stupid, and he didn't believe that these 4 people didn't know him. Look carefully. I'm the eldest grandson of the Qin family in the provincial capital. I want to enter the Qin family's mansion. Do you dare to stop me? Qin Feng's voice was cold. Fuck, you think you're Qin Feng just because you say you're Qin Feng? Plus, so what if you're Qin Feng? That brat is a dissolute hedonist with a bad reputation. The Qin family in the provincial capital doesn't want to have anything to do with him. I'm warning you one last time. Get lost or I won't be polite. The guards seemed to have a grudge against Qin Feng, and they were obviously targeting him. Because the guard's shout was very loud, it attracted many people from the Qin clan in the courtyard to surround them. What's going on? Who's outside? As a guard of the Qin family, why don't you have any manners? What's wrong with yelling and shouting? This person looks so familiar. Is this Qin Shi Huang's good-for-nothing son? Qin Feng? How is that possible? Didn't they say he's dead? What's going on? Not long after, more than 10 people from the Qin family surrounded the gate. Some were reprimanding the guards, some were pointing at Qin Feng, and some of the relatives who knew of Qin Feng's death were so scared that they had goosebumps. These relatives were relatives within 3 generations of the Qin family. They didn't pay as much attention to Qin Feng as Qin Yi and Qin Xiao. Many of them didn't even pay attention to Qin Feng. This was because Qin Feng's body was naturally good for nothing, and he couldn't cultivate. For an ancient martial arts family like the Qin family, a person who couldn't cultivate was equivalent to a good-for-nothing. Who would pay attention to a good-for-nothing? Third Master, there's a brat making trouble at the gate. We're reprimanding him to leave. The guard said respectfully to a man in a black suit. The difference in their attitude before and after was like heaven and earth. The man in the black suit was Qin Ye's father, Qin Mu. Qin Mu stared at Qin Feng, who was standing at the gate, with intense flames burning in his eyes. When Qin Yi was killed in the Amethyst Dragon Palace, Qin Mu blamed it on Qin Feng. However, what Qin Mu didn't expect was that Qin Feng was still alive. Humph! How dare you cause trouble in the Qin manor? You'll be dealt with according to the rules. Qin Mu's expression changed again and again, and the inner qi on his fists suddenly dissipated. He turned around and walked into the old manor. This was the gate of the Qin manor after all. No matter how much Qin Mu hated Qin Feng, he wouldn't dare to make a move on him. If he did, Old Master would definitely not let him off. Since Qin Mu couldn't make a move, he let the guards of the Qin family deal with Qin Feng. As for why the 4 guards were clearly going against Qin Feng, Qin Mu wasn't too sure. After Qin Mu left, the relatives of the Qin family all came back to their senses. Everyone recognized Qin Feng. This was the eldest grandson of the direct line of descent, Qin Feng. However, despite such an illustrious identity, the people of the Qin family didn't like Qin Feng at all. This was because Qin Feng had another title in the Qin family, and that was Young Master Trash. Rascal, why aren't you leaving? I think you're looking for a beating. The guards seemed to be waiting for the people of the Qin family to come and watch a good show. Seeing that the crowd was almost full, one of the guards roared angrily and smashed a fist towards Qin Feng's face. Cries of astonishment came from the crowd. No one expected that these guards would really dare to make a move. However, Very soon, everyone had a gloating expression as they watched Qin Feng make a fool of himself. With Qin Feng's useless body, this punch would definitely beat him half to death. Bang! A loud noise that made everyone excited spread out. The people of the Qin family were instantly dumbstruck. The scene of Qin Feng being beaten to a pulp didn't appear as they imagined. Instead, the guard who had made a move had landed in the courtyard of the Qin manor. The place where he landed was at least 10 meters away from the gate. What's going on? What happened just now? Who sent the guard flying? Who was it? Rascal, you dare to use a sneak attack? Brothers, let's attack together and break this good-for-nothing's legs. The people of the Qin family were bewildered. Qin Feng's attack was too fast, and none of them saw it clearly. The remaining 3 guards roared and pounced towards Qin Feng. They really thought that Qin Feng was a good-for-nothing young master, so they didn't take him seriously at all. Bang, bang, bang. Another 3 loud noises spread out in the air. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back as if he had never moved. The 3 guards all flew into the courtyard and landed accurately on the previous guard. The 4 of them piled on top of each other, and the guard at the bottom spat out blood from the pressure. The surrounding air suddenly froze, and the people of the Qin family were so shocked that they couldn't speak. Most of the people in the crowd were relatives within 3 generations of the Qin family. Normally, they didn't pay much attention to Qin Feng. Their impression of Qin Feng was that of a good-for-nothing when he was young, unable to cultivate, and sickly. No one would have thought that the good-for-nothing from before would grow up in the blink of an eye and become a hidden expert. Qin Xiao, you can come out now, right? Qin Feng suddenly opened his mouth and broke the silence. When the first guard punched Qin Feng saw the guard's gaze towards the corner of the courtyard. In the corner, Qin Xiao was hiding. Qin Feng instantly understood. No wonder these 4 guards were so arrogant. Turned out that his second brother, Qin Xiao, wanted to take him down a notch. In Qin Huang's generation, there were 4 brothers. The eldest, Qin Huang, the second, Qin Zhang, the third, Qin Mu, and the fourth, Qin Chong. Qin Huang only had 1 son, Qin Feng. Qin Zhang also had 1 son, Qin Xiao. Qin Mu had 2 sons, one of which was Qin Yi. Only the 4th brother, Qin Reborn, had a daughter named Qin Duo. 20 years ago, Qin Huang brought Qin Feng to Acropolis City, and 3rd uncle's family went to Jincheng City. Only 2nd uncle's family and 4th uncle's family stayed in the Qin manor in the capital. 4th uncle's family only had 1 daughter, so he didn't have the qualifications to fight for the position of young master. Thus, 2nd uncle's family helped old Master Qin to take control of the Qin family and became the most dazzling people in the Qin family. Now that the Qin family's martial arts meet was about to begin, Qin Feng came to fight with Qin Xiao for the position of young master. It was no wonder that Qin Xiao would make such a sinister move. P.S. 3rd update. It's the last 3 days of the month, and this book is ranked 10th on the monthly votes list. However, the gap between us is very small. Brothers with monthly votes, I hope that you can vote for young master. Thank you very much. If today's monthly votes exceed 30, I'll explode. Everyone, give it your all. Chapter 840. The members of the Qin family had yet to recover from the fact that Qin Feng had suddenly become stronger. They looked at Qin Xiao in astonishment as he walked out of the mansion. Qin Xiao was dressed in a white tang suit and had an imposing appearance. He exuded a faint aura that made people feel that he was very gentle. It was as if he was not a threat at all. "Ha! Isn't this my big brother, Qin Feng? What are you doing in the Qin manor in the provincial capital?" Qin Xiao had already walked to the gate of the Qin manor. He knew that Qin Feng would come, so he arranged for 4 guards to deliberately make things difficult for Qin Feng. On the surface, Qin Xiao looked calm and collected, but in his heart, raging waves were set off. The news of Qin Feng's death had spread for several months. Even Qin Xiao believed that Qin Feng was dead. However, the news of the construction of Hero City a few days ago made Qin Xiao feel that something was fishy. Qin Xiao visited his grandfather, Qin Shitian, late at night and proposed to bring forward the clan's martial arts competition. Qin Shitian really agreed. The reason why Qin Shao did this was to force Qin Feng to come out. Now that Qin Feng really came, Qin Shao was a little uncertain. This was because the strength that Qin Feng displayed just now was beyond Qin Zhao's expectation. Even he couldn't see through Qin Feng's current realm. The atmosphere was completely frozen. The collateral relatives of the Qin family took a few steps back, leaving space for Qin Feng and Qin Shao. These two were the direct descendants of the Qin family. They were the most competitive rivals. Now that the two of them were facing each other, everyone was looking forward to the upcoming show. You asked me why I'm here? Qin Feng's face was cold. The moment he saw Qin Shao, he understood a lot of things. The Shao 11 Lang from the Martial Artist Alliance must be the Qin Shao in front of him. You heard me right. Why would a loser like you come to the Qin Manor in the provincial capital? Qin Feng was cold and arrogant. Qin Shao didn't avoid his sharp edge. The two of them glared at each other, and the air was filled with a strong smell of gunpowder. Because I'm a member of the Qin family, the Qin Manor is my home. Everything here belongs to me. Why would I not come? I'm here to compete with you for the position of the young master. Bullshit. A loser like you deserves to be the young master? I want to see what confidence you have to say such big words. What Qin Shao cared about the most was the position of the young patriarch. He had schemed and schemed all these years. Not only did he plot against Qin Feng, he even schemed against his third brother, Qin Yi. Now that Qin Feng had appeared alive and wanted to fight with him for the position of young patriarch, Qin Shao was going crazy. Rumble. The air suddenly exploded with a loud bang. Qin Shao had already struck out with his fist. In the blink of an eye, he was standing in front of Qin Feng. This fist contained powerful inner qi, and it was aimed at Qin Feng's life. The people of the Qin family were dumbfounded. They didn't expect that the grandson of the direct descendant would really fight. Pa! However, the intense battle that everyone had imagined did not appear. Qin Zhao's mighty and overbearing fist landed on Qin Feng's palm, and only a crisp sound rang out. It was as if a kindergartner had punched out with his fist. Qin Zhao's eyes were wide open. Only he knew how powerful that punch was. He had used all the strength of a stage 8 inner qi expert. He didn't expect Qin Feng to receive it so easily. Where did the originally raging inner qi go? Qin Feng's palm was like a vast ocean, absorbing and transforming all the attacks. How is this possible? I don't believe it. Qin Shao, who had always been calm and composed, went crazy at this moment. He wanted to pull his fist back and continue to attack, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't break free from Qin Feng's palm. Is this all you've got? You want to fight for the position of the junior patriarch? What a joke. Qin Feng was expressionless. He was now the green dragon of China. When he faced Qin Shao and his peers again, Qin Feng looked at them as if they were his juniors. Qin Shao was embarrassed in front of everyone. He was so angry that his neck turned red. Suddenly, he roared, and a series of violent explosion sounds came from his body. Qin Feng, I want you to die today. After the explosion, Qin Shao became even crazier. Qin Feng had already let go of Qin Shao. Rumble. As soon as he let go, Qin Shao threw another punch. This punch was even more powerful than the previous one. Pa! However, Qin Feng's expression didn't change. From the beginning to the end, he didn't even move half a step. As the fist approached, Qin Feng reached out with lightning speed and caught Qin Zhao's huge fist again. Too slow, too weak. You can't do it. Qin Feng shook his head and let go of Qin Zhao's fist. Qin Zhao's eyes were bloodshot. He was so angry that he almost crushed his teeth and swallowed them. Then he threw another punch. Pa pa pa. No matter how Qin Shao threw a punch, Qin Feng caught him with one hand. Gradually, Qin Zhao's fist technique was completely messed up. His momentum also dissipated. Looking at Qin Shao in front of him, Qin Feng shook his head. This kind of strength was no longer worthy of being Qin Feng's opponent. Pa! Qin Feng forgot how many times he had caught Qin Zhao's fist. He was completely disappointed in Qin Shao. This time, Qin Feng didn't hurry to let go. He suddenly raised his leg and prepared to kick Qin Shao away. "Big brother Qin Feng, don't." A clear female voice suddenly came from the old house. Qin Feng retracted his leg and looked inside. Qin Duo was wearing a pink cheongsam and had a ponytail. She ran over. While Qin Feng was distracted, Qin Zhao's other fist sneakily attacked Qin Feng's chest. That fist hadn't arrived yet, but the strong wind from the fist sounded. If this fist landed, it would definitely shatter Qin Feng's heart. Bang! There was a muffled sound. Qin Feng was faster and kicked Qin Shao away. Qin Shao landed beside the four guards. He was in so much pain that he couldn't stand up. Ah! Qin Duo ran to the center of the yard. Seeing Qin Shao fall to the ground, she was so scared that she screamed. However, Qin Duo quickly came back to her senses and ran to Qin Feng. "Big brother Qin Feng, why did you kick big brother Qin Shao away?" Qin Duo came up and grabbed Qin Feng's arm. Her movements were very natural. Qin Feng felt a softness on his arm, which made him very uncomfortable. Qin Feng rarely came to the Qin family. He only came back for dinner during Chinese New Year when he was young, so he wasn't very familiar with Qin Duo. In comparison, Qin Duo and Qin Shao grew up together in the Qin manor in the provincial capital. This girl should be looking out for Qin Shao. Why did she come over to his place? Duo, don't ask about the matters between me and Qin Shao. Qin Feng didn't know how to face his cousin, so his voice was neither warm nor cold. Qin Duo pouted and a hint of sadness flashed in her eyes. "Big brother Qin Feng, don't misunderstand. I'm not blaming you for hurting big brother Qin Shao. I just feel that we're all brothers and sisters. Why do we have to be enemies?" Qin Feng glanced at Qin Duo. He hadn't seen this girl for a long time. In his mind, Duo was a little follower. He didn't expect her to grow into such an outstanding beauty in such a short time. "Some things are beyond my control." Qin Feng let out a long sigh. Qin Duo widened her big, bright eyes and blinked at Qin Feng. She didn't seem to understand what Qin Feng meant. The commotion here was too big, so a large group of people came out of the Qin mansion. The person walking at the front was an old man with fluttering white hair. When the Qin family saw him, they immediately lowered their heads and didn't dare to talk. This person was the elder of the Qin mansion, Qin Shitian. "Dad! Grandpa! Grandpa!" When Qin Shitian walked over, the Qin family members hurriedly greeted him respectfully. However, Qin Shitian didn't seem to hear them. He strode straight toward Qin Feng with his head held high. When he passed by Qin Shao, he didn't even look at her. "Grandpa!" Qin Feng called out when he saw the elder standing in front of him. Qin Feng didn't have much affection for Qin Shitian. After all, Qin Feng had followed his father to Acropolis City since he was young. He rarely saw these relatives of the Qin family. Moreover, Qin Feng had some prejudice against his grandpa. When Qin Yi and Qin Shao secretly attacked Qin Feng, his grandpa didn't even stop them. Qin Shitian's old eyes flickered as he stared fixedly at Qin Feng over and over again. The Qin family members stood at the side in bewilderment. They didn't know what was going on with the elder. Even Qin Feng was confused, but he was more nervous than anything else. Qin Feng realized that even though he had broken through to stage 9 inner qi, he was as weak as a sail in the sea in front of his grandpa. It was as if a wave could drown him. "Grandpa, big brother Qin Feng rarely comes back. Please don't blame him, okay?" Qin Duo suddenly went up and hugged Qin Shitian's arm, acting cute. Qin Feng glanced at Duo. The more he looked at her, the stranger he felt. This girl's closeness was beyond Qin Feng's expectation. Qin Shitian finally came back to his senses, and a layer of mist suffused his old eyes. But very quickly, the old man recovered his former dignified and domineering appearance, and he said with a cold expression, "It's rare for you to come back, yet you fight with your cousin as soon as you come back." The Qin family members trembled in fear when the elder lost his temper. Qin Duo also let go of her grandpa's arm. She didn't dare to act cute and plead for leniency. Qin Feng felt an indescribable flame in his heart. Facing his grandpa's vast aura, Qin Feng raised his head and said, "Grandpa, why don't you ask about the situation first before reprimanding me?" Qin Feng's reaction was out of Qin Shirtyan's expectation. He was slightly startled and looked at Qin Feng with interest. "Oh, why don't you tell me then? What reason would make you hit someone?" "It's my fault for beating someone up. But I came to Qin Manor to participate in the clan's martial competition tomorrow. Qin Shao maliciously sent people to stop me and humiliate me. If I didn't retaliate, would I still be a man? Would I still be worthy of being a descendant of the Qin family?" Qin Feng's expression didn't change in the face of Qin Shirtyan's questioning. His voice was as loud as a bell. The Qin family members all had different expressions. They were shocked by Qin Feng's huge change. Many of them were secretly pleased with themselves. They looked at Qin Feng with schadenfreude. Provoking the elder's dignity in public was simply courting death. The oppressive atmosphere lasted for a long time. Qin Shirtyan suddenly looked up to the sky and laughed. "Haha, good, well said. This is my Qin family's descendant. Qin Feng, I'm very satisfied with your change. Welcome home." Qin Shirtyan suddenly hugged Qin Feng. His strong and powerful arms made Qin Feng gasp for breath. Qin Feng was already stunned. His impression of his grandfather was cold and emotionless. He didn't care about him and his father. But at this moment, Qin Feng could clearly feel his grandfather's deep and long-lasting love. Qin Feng even suspected that he was hallucinating. "Feng, you're here." A hoarse voice came from the door. It turned out that Qin Shirtyan had come. Qin Shirtyan had already let go. Qin Feng dashed to his father's side and gave his father a tight bear hug. "Dad, I'm back to see you." "Good. Good. It's good that you're fine." The father and son hugged each other tightly. Thousands of words were powerless and pale at this moment. How could they express the deep feelings in their hearts? Qin Feng had never seen his mother since he was young. He was raised by Qin Shirtyan. Qin Shirtyan was both his father and mother. No matter how big the trouble Qin Feng caused, Qin Shirtyan was always the first to stand up for his son. Chapter 841. I'm rooting for Brother Bohan. He's so awesome. He got 30 monthly tickets all by himself. I was shocked when I saw it. Haha. Haha, it's good that you're back. It's good that you're back. Let's talk inside. Don't stand at the door. Qin Shirtyan's hearty laughter spread out and broke the quiet atmosphere. He took the lead and walked into the courtyard of Qin Manor, and the rest of the Qin family followed. Qin Shao was still lying on the ground, but Qin Shirtyan didn't even look at him. Qin Zhang had already rushed over, and when he saw his son lying on the ground, a hint of fury appeared in his eyes. He secretly glared at Qin Feng and his son a few times. Qin Mu also stood in the corner and stared at Qin Feng. That pair of dark and cold eyes moved back and forth, and no one knew what he was thinking. Seeing the fight finally settled, Qin Duo revealed a brilliant smile and kept following behind Qin Feng, just like how she loved to follow Qin Feng out to play when she was young. Everyone followed Qin Shirtyan to the hall of the main residence. It was very spacious and was over 300 square meters. Even if dozens of people gathered at the same time, it didn't feel crowded at all. All kinds of dishes were laid out in the hall, and it was obvious that the family banquet had been prepared for a long time. However, it seemed like the banquet hadn't started yet, so they didn't know if there was anyone who hadn't arrived yet. Haha! Everyone, get to your positions. Tonight, all the important figures of Qin family are here, so the family banquet can start. Qin Shirtyan seemed to be very happy tonight, and he couldn't close his mouth from smiling. The people of Qin family were all confused by the old patriarch. In short, after Qin Feng came, the old patriarch seemed to have changed into a different person. The family banquet that hadn't started suddenly because of Qin Feng's arrival. The people of Qin family weren't stupid, and many of them could see some clues. Had old patriarch Qin been waiting for Qin Feng all along? The family banquet started on a huge round table, and Qin Shirtyan sat at the very top. The seats on both sides that were closer to Qin Shirtian represented a higher status. Qin Emperor and Qin Zhang sat on both sides of Qin Shirtian, and below them were Qin Mu and Qin Chong. Qin Feng was in the third seat, and he sat beside Qin Duo'er. The way he sat shocked everyone. Qin Feng had never been favored by the Qin family elder, and he had been the famous good-for-nothing young master of the Qin family since he was young. Who would have thought that after Qin Feng returned, the Qin family elder's attitude would completely change? Big brother Qin Feng, do you eat lobster? Duo'er will help you. Qin Duo'er didn't care about the seating. She was overjoyed to see Qin Feng return. Qin Feng was a bit embarrassed by his cousin's enthusiasm. When he saw Qin Duo'er stand on her tiptoes and put a lobster in his bowl, Qin Feng suddenly felt a bit guilty. After all, Qin Duo'er was his cousin. Blood was thicker than water. Moreover, the Qin family's patriarch had always been passed down to males and not females. In this family struggle, Qin Duo'er was an outsider. Yet, Qin Feng kept distancing himself from Qin Duo'er. This was so unfair. Duo'er, this is for you. Qin Feng put down his chopsticks and placed the peeled lobster into Qin Duo'er's bowl. Duo'er looked at Qin Feng in surprise. She happily grabbed the lobster and ate it with relish. Yes, the lobster peeled by big brother Qin Feng is so delicious. Duo'er wants to eat more. Qin Duo'er's mouth was full of oil and looked very cute. Qin Feng wiped Duo'er's mouth with a napkin and peeled a lobster for her. This warm and intimate scene made Qin Feng find the long-lost feeling of home. When Qin Huang and Qin Shirtian saw this scene, their eyes became slightly moist. Qin Shao didn't come to this family feast at all. Qin Zhang and Qin Mu kept their heads down and ate, ignoring everyone else. Originally, when the Qin family gathered together, it should have been a joyous and lively scene. However, the atmosphere seemed a little lacking, and there was a strange feeling to it. The rare family feast ended in a lukewarm atmosphere. Most of the people in the hall had left, but Qin Shirtian was in no hurry to leave. Qin Feng, tomorrow is the day of the family martial meet. Are you ready? Qin Shirtian suddenly asked Qin Feng. Qin Feng was slightly stunned. He said resolutely, "Grandpa, I'm well prepared. I'm confident that I can become the young patriarch." That's good. Don't disappoint Grandpa." Qin Shirtian left after saying that. Qin Feng felt that his grandpa was a little strange today. Qin Huang walked to Qin Feng's side. "Feng, come back with me to rest." Before Qin Feng could speak, Qin Duo'er suddenly hugged Qin Feng's arm. She pouted and looked at Qin Huang pitifully. "Big uncle, big brother Qin Feng hasn't come back for a long time. Can you let him play with me for a while before gonna sleep?" Qin Huang patted Qin Duo'er's head and smiled. "Hee. Okay, you guys go play. Fourth brother, let's go first." Qin Huang called Qin Zhong. Qin Zhong looked at his daughter and left with Qin Huang with a smile. "Big brother Qin Feng, where are we going to play?" Once the adults left, Qin Duo'er completely let go. She jumped into Qin Feng's arms and hugged him without letting go. Qin Feng was shocked and immediately pushed Qin Duo'er away. "Duo'er, you're already so big. There should be a difference between men and women." Qin Duo'er blushed and said shyly, "You're my cousin, and we haven't seen each other for a long time. It's okay to hug. Hug." Qin Duo'er didn't expect Duo'er to have such deep feelings for him. When Qin Shao was beaten to the ground, Duo'er didn't care about him at all. "Duo'er, where do you want to go?" As big brother Tang, Qin Feng blamed himself for not taking care of his cute little sister since she was young. "Big brother Qin Feng, take me shopping. Grandpa loves me too much. He's afraid that I'll meet some bad people, so he locks me up in the old house every day. I'm going crazy." Qin Duo'er was so excited that she was about to fly when Qin Feng was willing to take her out. Qin Feng patted Qin Duo'er's head. This little sister was so adorable. After leaving the Qin mansion, Qin Duo'er was like a canary that escaped from its cage. She bounced on the street and attracted the attention of many men. Qin Duo'er wore a pink qipao and had her hair in 2 ponytails. She looked like a pure and innocent female lead in a youth drama. Qin Feng was entranced by her a few times. Big brother Qin Feng, that's the Happy Valley. Can you take me there? Qin Duo Air ran blindly on the street for a while. Then, she came back and hugged Qin Feng's arm. People who didn't know would think that they were a couple. Qin Feng doted on Qin Duo Air. If Qin Duo Air wanted the moon in the sky, Qin Feng would think of a way to get it for her, let alone going to the Happy Valley. The two of them quickly arrived at the Happy Valley. Qin Feng bought tickets and walked in with Qin Duo Air. Happy Valley also had a Disneyland theme tonight. The streets were filled with cartoon characters that were commonly seen in cartoons. There was also a carriage pulling Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Qin Duo was very happy to see this. Although it was nighttime, there were still many tourists in the Happy Valley. Everyone was waiting in line to play. Qin Duo Air was timid. Qin Feng wanted to take her on a roller coaster or a ride on the mighty duo of heaven and earth. However, Qin Duo Air wouldn't go no matter what. In the end, she dragged Qin Feng to ride a merry-go-round. Both of them were riding on a wooden horse. Qin Duo Air was so happy that she looked like a flower. Qin Feng had a bitter smile on his face. He wondered how the people from the dragon sect would react if they knew that the Azure Dragon of Huaxia was riding on a merry-go-round. Big brother Qin Feng, let's play shooting. If we hit all of them, we'll even get dolls. Qin Duo Air was youthful and energetic. She pulled Qin Feng to a field for shooting balloons after getting off the wooden horse. Yo, pretty girl, you're so pretty. Do you want to shoot? I'll play with you. I'm a sharpshooter in this area. Qin Feng and Qin Duo Air had just walked over when a bald, perverted man with small eyes stared at Qin Duo Air. Beside the bald man were three men who looked like lackeys. They stared at Qin Duo Air, their eyes almost popping out of their sockets. I have my boyfriend with me. I don't need you guys. Qin Duo Air could tell that the four men had bad intentions. She glared at them with a huff. The bald man liked beautiful girls like Qin Duo Air. When he saw Qin Duo Air whining and complaining, he was so mesmerized that he couldn't walk. Pretty girl, that guy looks bad. Why did you find such a sissy as your boyfriend? I'll kick him out right now. The bald man had already sized up Qin Feng. He saw that Qin Feng looked like a sissy, so he didn't take him seriously. Brat, are you looking for a beating? Get out of here. Hey, why are you yelling at my boyfriend? You guys should leave. Qin Duo Air was unhappy and stomped her feet in anger. The bald man was mesmerized by Qin Duo Air's angry look again. He started to imagine her colorful expressions when he beat her up. Motherfucker, why aren't you leaving? I'll beat you to death. The bald man couldn't wait any longer and yelled at Qin Feng again. It was Qin Feng's first time taking Qin Duo Air out to play. He didn't want to beat her in front of her. It wouldn't be good if he scared her. Qin Feng looked at the bald man calmly. Why should I leave? I'm here to shoot. The bald man thought that threatening Qin Feng would scare the sissy away. He didn't think that Qin Feng wouldn't fall for it. This was Happy Valley, and there were many patrolling security guards. The bald man couldn't really beat Qin Feng. It would be troublesome if he was caught by the security guards. You have the nerve to shoot with that cowardly look of yours? Can you hit the balloon? The bald man yelled at Qin Feng. It's my business whether I can hit it or not. What does it have to do with you? Brat, I think you're very arrogant. Don't you know our brother Baldy is a sharpshooter in this area? Do you dare to compete with our brother Baldy? Let's see who can shoot more balloons? The three lackeys behind the bald man surrounded Qin Feng and started to yell at him. Qin Duo Air hated the bald man and his lackeys to death. She secretly pulled on Qin Feng's arm and wanted to leave, but Qin Feng didn't move at all. Okay, let's compete. If you lose, get out of my sight. Qin Feng's voice was low, but it emitted an overbearing aura. The bald man and his lackeys were shocked, but the bald man pretended to be calm. Okay, if you fucking lose, get out of my sight. I'll take care of your girl for you tonight. Qin Duo Air froze. She realized that Qin Feng had made a bet with someone else, and that she was the wager. Qin Duo Air started to worry. She looked at Qin Feng pitifully. Big brother Qin Feng, how about We stop shooting and go play something else? Chin Feng patted Chin Duo Air's head and smiled. Duo Air, don't worry, I won't lose. The bald man stared at Chin Duo Air. When he saw her act like a spoiled child, he almost pounced on her. Brat, are you ready? Let's compete. The bald man couldn't wait any longer. The three lackeys were getting restless. The three lackeys were quite confident in Baldy's marksmanship. This was because Baldy usually wandered around Happy Valley in order to pick up girls. He would pick up pretty girls whenever he saw one. You're tuning in to the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.